Testing. Oh my god, I'm so dehydrated and tired today. Hang on. Excuse me 1 second, I need to wet my lips, drink some water. Ah! Gentlemen, how's it going, boys? Happy Friday. Bank holiday weekend in the UK, 3-day weekend. Woo, let's fucking go. I don't know about the rest of the world. I don't know what's happening but I don't know if you've got an extra day off in Burgerland. Probably not. You've never got a day off in Burgerland. I don't know what's going on in Ching Chong Land. I don't know if you've got a day off on Ching Chong Land. I don't know what's going on in Vodka Land. I don't know what's going on in Adidas Tracksuit Land. I don't know if you guys have got a 3-day weekend or not. Hopefully you do. What's up, my fellow Giga Chads? Hey, Crystallian. Hello, handsome. Hello, gorgeous. Hello, gorgeous. Hi, Steady. How am I mastering? Hello, Anarchist. How are we all doing today? How are we all doing? Crocodile Woman has got her birthday stream today. I was enjoying her birthday stream before. Unfortunately, I had to stream. But I need to get this stream out the way because I'm definitely behind given my fucking 3-hour-long tangenting session at the beginning of the week. So I don't want to keep you too long. I think by the time, no matter how quickly I try to move through this, I'll probably still be streaming long after she's fucking done. So I don't think we'll be able to raid Crocodile Woman, sadly. I'm gonna say, oh, sorry to hear you haven't been having a good Friday, Master N, unfortunately. Sorry to hear that. Hey, Snowman. How's it going, buddy? So you're definitely the man to ask. How do I find an Oshi? Very good question, Casimir. It depends on, I think, people's, how do I say this? It's not exactly the grasp. I'm trying to think of the word for it. Everybody's interpretation of what an Oshi is different, I think. Some people see the Oshi as an object of infatuation. Basically, it's like a surrogate spouse. Some people see the Oshi as a surrogate for some other major relationship you have. Like maybe she's like a little sister, you know, like Leah Cons, for example. See Leah as like that little bratty sister that they never had, something like that. So I guess in order to find the Oshi comes from experience over time. I guess you'll kind of figure out what kind of VTubers you like most, and then you have to kind of think to yourself where that feeling comes from. So like for me, for example, the reason why Lumi's my Oshi, as I keep saying, is because I see Kaneko Lumi as an inspirational figure, right? It's like I want to it sounds really weird when you say this, right? But it's like I want to be Lumi, right? Like Lumi is like my ideal entertainer. She's like I wish to be as skilled and as charismatic and creative and as entertaining as Lumi is, but in my own big, strong, burly man way, right? Like I don't want to be a ditzy, yapping, fucking blonde woman. So in terms of how do you find an Oshi, basically you'll just have to keep trying many different VTubers, and hopefully eventually what will happen is it's kind of like you will either find the one and it'll be like a VTuber that you would kind of develop at least a healthy, it might even escalate into unhealthy, which isn't ideal, but it happens, a form of healthy attachment to them. Hopefully it might go into unhealthy, but you'll know your Oshi is the one when you have like extremely fond feelings of them, regardless as to what the content is. But here's the thing as well about the whole Oshi thing. Not everybody is deep enough in the VTuber sphere, and like not everyone here is the kind of person who will even have an Oshi in the first place. Like in order to have an Oshi requires you to not only get VTubing to like the autistic passionate level, but you also need to be cringe and free enough to embrace the content in that way. So I think most people have a kind of hands, like an arm's reach level of attachment, where you just see them as silly disposable entertainment, which I mean ideally really is the Like that's the normal way of perceiving VTubers, and it's what I do. It's how I perceive VTubers 90% of the time. It's just that because I'm an old soppy old man who's also had some issues in his life and has overcome them, I just see people who also kind of who are triumphing, have triumphed, or going through those same struggles. And yeah, I guess I form like a healthy level of attachment to them. Like I grow like a you know, it's like the old it's like grandfather, you know, kind of like watching someone become something of themselves, right? It's like the anime dad watching their failure of his son become a man kind of thing, right? So I look at people like Pippa, people like Hime, people like Leah, and I'm like, yeah, you fucking do it, Pippa. Go on, Pippa, you can do it. Be the go forth and no longer be the stinky 4chan schizo yabbit who's terrified of everything and everyone. And you go there, you go out there and you go be that mega idol. You go and realize your potential, Pippa. I'm rooting for you. That kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Gristallion's got a good saying here. Watch many people, see what you like, gravitate to who you enjoy the most. Yeah, that's the thing. That's how it begins when you find an Oshi, is essentially your Oshi probably becomes your favorite streamer. And then what happens over time is that as you watch a shitload of them, so I've been watching Lumi for like 5 years and 2-3 months or whatever, 5 years, 2 months. Naturally, when you watch someone, you know, stream for that amount of time, they talk about themselves, they talk about who they are, what they're about, what they're interested in, you see them go through that growth. It's a perfectly normal thing. It'd be abnormal to not form some level of care or attachment for them. It only becomes a problem when you become obsessed and dependent kind of upon that stream of their presence, right? Like if you start feeling like you can't miss a single stream, if you start feeling like you're incomplete, or that you're losing, or that you're missing something unless you're like in that person's stream and fishing for like their validation, their interaction, that's when you know you've kind of gone too far. But then at the same time, that also is probably a pretty good indicator that you found Shiroshi at the same time, I suppose. Sleepy's Tarkov days always come to haunt her. Hey, Emperor, they do. To be fair, even after all this time, I still think of Sleepy's Tarkov days. I still think of Tarkov Sleepy. That's how I'll always remember her, honestly. Hello, Clanker. Beep, beep, boop, boop. How's it going, McClanker? Hey, Orion. How's it going, buddy? Fishing for arousal. You definitely do have a healthy attachment to them. Yeah, I think that's a requirement, basically. Maulington is a gym, bro. Look at the Maulington guns, actually. Yeah, I suppose not everybody necessarily here is on Twitter, so I did do my promise and showed you my arms. I took a screenshot. Let me show the people who don't have Twitter and therefore most likely have a really good mental health, as opposed to those of us who are on that fucking accursed website all the time. So here are my arms, boys. So this genuinely is not a humble brag. This is like more of a, I'm not just making up shit like a Redditor and then, you know, it's like I actually practice what I preach. I'm not like some kind of Redditor who's just making shit up. So with my diet and exercise regime, this is what my figure looks like at present. I've conveniently cut out everything below the arms because at the moment, like I've said before, I've been eating like a fucking monster ever since I came back from the US last year. So I'm currently losing 5 pounds a week because I've just been enjoying my food too much. So I will bless you all by not showing you my stomach, but still, this is all muscle right here. If you grabbed my arm, it's solid, right? This is like solid rock. So don't think that this is me. This isn't a fat bulge. This is rock solid. And this is what I was talking about last week, is that you can be fat and you can still be jacked and be athletic at the same time. It's not mutually exclusive. You can eat. It's a calories game. If you just eat a shitload of calories and work out really hard, you still can. You could still be fat. I'm not brown. I'm lightly toasted. Stop making up fake lore about me. I'm not brown. I'm lightly toasted. I have a slight Mediterranean complexion because of my Italian heritage. Thank you. How many loomies can you lift? Probably 10, given the fact that she weighs about 5 pounds since she lives on a diet of one thin slice of a singular fucking tomato. Nitty is tremendously paced. I'm extremely upset she had the opportunity during the Grand Theft Auto 5 moment to say Nitya instead of the other N-words, and I'm sad that she did not. What do you mean you're white? In all caps. So many people seem to think I'm black. Or maybe one or two people think I'm brown, and it's like, no, I'm a white man. I'm white. I'm white with a slight Mediterranean complex. Oh dear. Lord Earlyton, yeah, I was initially planning to do the stream at 8:30 instead of 8 o'clock like we started, because today was going to be my cheat day, like I told you before. I was gonna buy a calzone from my local pizza place that do it the Italian way, which is the best way. Marinara dipping sauce, some garlic and herb sauces as well. Buffalo cheese with Cambrian sausage and some prosciutto. Buffalo cheese, love it. Love goat cheese as well, but no goat cheese in that. Delicious calzone. I'd recommend buffalo cheese with some Italian sausage, some Italian ham. Good shit. Maulington's a real man. Yeah. You discovered Maulington wasn't brown in the hand cam tournament. What the fuck? What are we talking? 10 loomies a bench press or a squat? 10 loomies on a squat, yeah. Nitty's tail is half away, yeah. You might have been the Lewis Hamilton sort of gentleman. Well, I am the gentleman, that's absolutely true. I see, Lewis Hamilton, yeah. I'm far more based than Lewis Hamilton is. I'm not a corporate shill. Who would think the white avatar is a LARP? Well, I mean, the thing is, someone who's very proud of being white or being proud of America, they tend to be proud people, I suppose. So I guess it can make sense. It's very rare for white people to be proud about being white and to be very passionate about a white country. It had to be said. That's what you think. That's what you think. FaZe fans have a reputation. Oh, thank you very much for the $5, Ross, buddy. On 3 hours of sleep and work and still went to the gym. Giga-based. Same here. 4 hours of sleep instead of 3 though. It's not ideal. You do need your sleep. Actually, that's going to be our very next slide, actually, is the importance of sleep and water. But even if you're dead tired, funnily enough, going to the gym tends to give me more energy instead of less. I mean, I feel like shit afterwards because, you know, I've put myself through the ringer. I always put myself through the ringer at the gym. But I still end up net feeling more energetic than before I went. FaZe fans, so I mean, FaZe fans have a reputation for being brown, but that's because most FaZe fans are Mexican. There's like no Mexicans in the UK. This is like a Mexican-free country, honestly. Yeah, make sure you don't do what I did and spend most of your life living on 4 hours of sleep, guys, like doing late night gaming. Because that's probably why I'm not 6'4" like my dad. I'm only 5'8". I'm pretty sure I'm only 5'8" because I lived off of like 4 hours of sleep half my fucking life. So I wasn't growing properly. Although I hit puberty way before my classmates did and had my growth spurt first. So there was a time I got to enjoy being like 5'8", whereas all the other people were still kids, but then they rapidly outgrew me after a while. My weakness is soda and sweets. Same here, Ross. Same here. Right now, right in my hands here, got some cola bottles, and of course I've got today's drink is Pepsi Max Tropical. But here's the thing, very next slide, Ross, very next slide. Got some tips and tricks to help you get over your addiction, or at least mitigate the effects of it. So you're doing something healthy as you're doing something unhealthy. Right? Hey, Rabu. Really? You're 4'9". Oh, you Hispanic as well, Rabu, or just very unlucky? Bless you. We should probably stay topic on chat so I can actually get through this stream. Yeah, here's the thing. Like I was just saying at the beginning, if you just arrived, I'd like to rush through this and get you to Niche's stream ASAP. But knowing me, I'm probably going to be here till like 4 in the morning or something stupid because I've got no armchair to tard wrangle me. I tried to, but I do at least one. My work hates me. Yeah, cutting and measuring calories. Hey, Reclaw, how's it going, buddy? Pepsi hasn't tasted the same. You know, speaking of Poland, Mordkau, Sai, actually, yeah, the Polish make some really fucking good, like, sauces and food and pastries and stuff. 2 days of no breakfast and dinner, no later than 6 p.m. Doing well. Great to hear it, Castellian. Great to hear it. What you'll start to notice, if you haven't already, is that at least after a week, what you'll find is that if you try to force yourself to eat more after eating like that, you'll suddenly find yourself getting full very quickly, and it'll be weird because you might be used to, you know, binging on a lot of food at once, and you'll find it more and more difficult to do so. Like your stomach will start to say, oh, I'm stuffed now, stop eating please. And then what will happen as well is that as you make gains, as you get stronger, as you lose weight, the confidence boost that you get from losing weight and getting strong acts as another mechanism to help. It acts as like an ego mechanism to help you stay on the straight and narrow, because you understand, you start to feel good about yourself. One of the major reasons why people struggle to lose weight and maintain these systems is because they feel awful about themselves. They're ashamed. So it causes a depression spiral where you eat because you're not happy, and because you're not happy, you eat. And, you know, it goes on forever and ever. If you're able to like stick to it for a couple weeks, a month, you manage to summon that routine, that consistency, that inner strength, and you start to see those mosquito bites on your arms, and you start to see that those tits and that stomach shrink in. Probably for the first time in a long time, indeed, depending on your lifestyle, the first time in your entire life, you start to feel less ashamed of your body, and you start to learn to love yourself and become more confident. And then what happens is that obviously you don't want to lose it, right? So basically what we want to do is build you into a routine that is hard but not so miserable. You're not constantly thinking about it like, oh my god, I really don't want to do this. Because then what happens is that you then get into that awful procrastination mindset where you go, oh, it's okay, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll eat rubbish today instead of doing it on the Friday or the Saturday, but I'll work twice as hard tomorrow to make up for it. And then tomorrow comes and then you go, oh no, I said yesterday that I would do twice as hard today, but I really don't feel like doing twice as hard today. One more day off. I'll do it 3 times as hard on Wednesday. And then Wednesday comes and then you're like, oh, next week we'll start the schedule again. We'll just have this entire week off where we just pig out and be a fucking fat little retards. And then next week comes and then it's like, I really don't feel like doing it now. And then there you go, you've gone right back to your starting line. So what we want to do with the diet and exercise routine, keep it simple, keep it straightforward, keep it simple, keep it routine, to the point where it doesn't even, because you're not even conscious that you're on a diet or that you're on a routine. This is just what you do. You're on autopilot. You always do the same thing. And the easier it is to follow, the more likely you are going to stick to it and be consistent. My goal is to lose 40 pounds of fat, and hopefully that will also fix... we're going to be talking about posture. We are going to be talking about posture as well. I've got some great exercises for your back and your posture, Crystallium, in the next slide or two. Yeah, well said, Morcal. Your body is your mind. If you have a healthy body, you'll have a healthier mind. It's not going to fix your depression. If you are depressed, if you are sad, if you are a sensitive young man, working out will not fix the problem, but it will at least allow you to plaster over your problem. The dopamine rush, the sense of joy that you get from being strong and fit and active, will give you the momentum. It will allow you to snowball into doing things that will, again, you can never guarantee, if you don't know what the source of depression is, you can never truly fix depression, but you can at least bury it and put it at the back of your mind so you're not struggling with it, and that you can function like a normal person and you're not sad and depressed and lonely all the time. I think finding an environment, particularly with the other bros as well, that can help keep you motivated and help keep you going helps. So like I've always done grappling, combat sports. It's very intimidating when you hate your body. you know, and you're unfit, you get intimidated about the idea of going to a combat sports gym. It's like, seriously, the best way to get fit for combat sports, even grappling or boxing or whatever, is to just fucking go. It doesn't matter how out of shape or how unfit you are. Doesn't matter if you can't do a single one of the warm-up exercises, but no one's gonna laugh at you. I mean, to be completely honest, I'm not gonna tell you guys bullshit. You will get judged, right? Like, you go to the gym, you go to a combat sports gym, and you are out of shape, weak, whatever, and you're a fucking idiot and you can't do anything. People are going to judge you, but what you have to remember is that is basic human nature, and that although people will judge you, like 99% of people ultimately will keep that judgment to themselves and are just, you know, they sympathize, that they're happy for you, that you're on that fitness journey to get good, right? And then people get, I think cartoons and like fucking movies don't help this, but at the end of the day, people who go to gyms or combat sports gyms or whatever, they're just there to do their thing and fucking leave, right? They've got better things to be doing than doing like the mean girl high school drama shit where you've got like the grey polo man that comes along and he's like, hey nerd, how much can you bench press, nerd? Hey guys, look at a nerd here. He can't do it. He can't even bench press 5 pounds. like no one in reality is actually like that. People don't give a fuck. They just want to do their set. They want to do their thing, get their training in, and just fucking go home. And here's the thing I'll tell you about Giga Chads as well, guys, about the so-called Giga Chads in combat sports gyms or at the gym, is that they all fucking go home and cry in the showers after a heavy workout session, or after they get their shit pushed in on the mats, right, when they're doing a sparring session. Seriously, like, don't be discouraged. What about a sensitive young unk? I guess I'm becoming a sensitive young unk as well, Rabu. We're all sensitive young men at heart, even if we might not be physically, even if we've been on this planet for far too long. Hey, Noble Crusader. Pretty well done a lot. So, Crystallian, I mean, in terms of £40, you follow this regime. Hey, Pascal Saucer. Good afternoon, good evening. In regards to losing the £40, Crystallian, I could probably, if you stick to this thing, you could easily lose £40 in 6 months. Depending on how hard you go, you could lose it in even less time than that. Like, seriously, £40, don't worry about it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Like I said, right now, I'm at current rate, I'm losing £5 a week at present, and I'm not even going into like full, like, Chad maxing mode. I mean, that's you have a deficit. You have a deficit alone of 600-700 calories, and then you add all the running, the swimming, the weightlifting, the exercises we're doing, you're at a net of about over 1,000. You're at a net deficit of over 1,000 calories. You're going to be burning a lot of weight really quickly. You'd be surprised. Yeah, being judged isn't always malicious. It's a normal thing. All men do it. All normal men judge other men. It's a survival mechanism. At the end of the day, it's how men function, is that we size each other up to determine if other men are a threat and how dangerous they are, and if they're a risk to your safety, right? It's just a normal thing. And also, like I've said many times in the past, as someone who is like egotistical and competitive, I need a pecking order. Like Mr. Popo says, right? I need to know the Popo pecking order in order for me to function. Like, it's hard to explain. It's like I need people to challenge and be superior to in order to have the motivation to kind of keep going. Like, I'm awful at winning. I always need to be behind someone. that sounds fucking gay. I don't mean it like that. Oh my god, what's it of all the gay jokes, the unintended gay jokes I make? I don't mean it like that. I don't mean I need to get behind someone for gay sex, but what I mean is that I need someone to beat in order to function. I can't cope with being the top. I need to compare against someone. I need to compare against someone better than me, and I need the challenge of trying to surpass them. If I am at the top, then I can't function. I don't function if I'm at the top. Sorry, I forgot. Did I miss anything? I did not. No. Okay. All right, hang on. Let's get caught up with chat and then let's begin. Oh my god, I should be a fucking corporate VTuber at this rate. I should join Face Connect. Look, we're 30 minutes into this stream and I haven't even started the goddamn slides yet. Yeah, they don't mean to discourage. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, Leo, all people are there for the same reason. Yeah, the gym costs too much money to get thrown out for a superiority on Brex. Well said, Umbrella. And also, hello, Umbrella. Hello, George. It will help you live past 60. It will certainly make you live longer. It won't fix anxiety and depression, but the fewer things you have to worry about, the more things you have to be proud of, and the more things you have to be grateful for. It's gonna do something for your happiness, your sense of mental health. Yeah. Hungry Ghost Month is taking a toll on me. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Diet will be a bit hard to follow since my father's the one who always makes dinner, but I'll stick to it the best I can. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, remember what I said is that, remember, losing weight, if all you care about is losing weight, it's a calories game. So if your dad is the one who makes dinner and he makes like really fattening foods, try to count the portions, try to get an estimate of the portions, and then think of it this way. You can eat as big a dinner as you want, as long as your net calories are going down. So if your net calories in a day are 2,000 instead of the diet I've been giving you, then you can get away with that if you obviously work out harder, do more cardio, or at least just reduce the portions. Say, Dad, give me half what you normally give me, refrigerate the half that you didn't eat, eat it tomorrow instead. You could do stuff like that. Hey, hi, bye. What did I come into? Now who's being gay, bye? Now who's being gay? What do you mean? What are you coming into, you dirty bastard? It's good to have a goal. It's good to have a rivalry. Exactly, Rabu. How can I use your lifestyle tips to regain my motivation? Pride in oneself. That's it depends, right? Unfortunately, at the end of the day, I can't. You are your own person. I don't know how you function. I don't know how your psyche works. But one thing I'll say that's a consistent way of helping you get out of bed in the morning and rediscover your motivation is getting used to routines, getting yourself into a schedule so that you're not having to kind of like argue and justify why you're doing things to yourself. And pride in yourself, knowing that you're a big, strong, burly, sexy man. You're strong, you're fit, you can crush other men in unarmed combat. That love for yourself will help you summon the motivation to do things in life. Because what you have to remember is that men, we were built to build civilizations and we were built to destroy civilizations as well. We were built to conquer the universe, make nature our bitch, and hear the lamentation of the enemy's woman. Okay? And what is the cornerstone of masculinity? Muscles, strength, physical activity, clean eating, looking after yourself, loving yourself, being proud of yourself. Nothing can get in your way when you're a man on a mission and you're feeling good about yourself, right? Motivation can only take you so far, has to be discipline at some point. Exactly. And the healthier you are in body, the healthier you are in mind, the more likely you are to be able to summon that discipline. Because the fewer bad habits you have, the fewer temptations that are eating away at your discipline, right? What you have to remember, it's like, think of this like military selection, okay? You're trying out for selection with the Special Operations Forces, right? You want to be a Green Beret, right? You want to join Delta Force. If you are tough enough in mind, you can potentially struggle through selection in really difficult military selection processes. All right, if you are that determined to pass it and you are that disciplined. But what you have to remember is that the more prepared that you go into selection, the more physically fit that you are when you go into selection, the fewer obstacles, the fewer pains, the less suffering you will experience to bring you down, right? That's why that is why the Navy SEALs have such a horrible reputation for having egotistical psychopathic maniacs who abandon their teammates at the first sign of trouble. Is because the problem is with the SEAL teams is that they've got so many mega studs who can like run 3-minute miles for 7 hours, no problem. But the thing is that they're so physically fit that at no point they don't actually need to summon any motivation or discipline because they're over prepared for SEAL training, right? So think of it like that. The more prepared you are, the stronger you are in body and mind, the less of a factor summoning that discipline is to kind of move forward and engage yourself. To explain, so many things have gone wrong this month alone, and yet I have so much work to do and so much to worry about. Just felt demotivated to do the work or anything. Yeah, that's a very common thing, Master N. Like it's something I struggle with from time to time as well. It's something everybody struggles with. I've been struggling with it for over 2 years now with the Phase documentary as well. It's called choice paralysis, right? You've got so much to worry about. You kind of get into this state where you're in a paralysis because you're exhausted. You emotionally exhaust yourself before you even do one thing because you don't know what to start, and you're demotivated by how much work you know you'll have to do to get at least one thing done. So one thing you can kind of try to do in order to get over this is you have to pick something. Pick anything, no matter how big or how small it is, and just chip away at it. Just do 5 minutes. Just do 5 minutes of one thing, and then what you'll find is once you get stuck into it for about 5 minutes, before you know it becomes 30 minutes. 30 minutes becomes an hour, and then before you know it, there you go, right? You kind of got the ball rolling. You start small. You say 5 minutes. I'm going to do 5 minutes. At the end of 5 minutes, I'm going to quit. And then what happens is 5 minutes pass, and then you say to yourself, okay, you know, I can do another 10 minutes. We'll quit after the next 10 minutes. We're going to do another 10 minutes. 10 minutes passes. Okay, 30 minutes. We'll go 30 minutes and then we'll stop for the day, and then we'll go do something fun. 30 minutes pass. Okay, you know what? We'll quit late. We'll quit in an hour. And then there you go. You kind of got a little routine going. You can't always do this. Sometimes you won't be able to summon that motivation. But that's how I find the motivation to get out of those blocks, that choice paralysis. Try to find something I can accomplish. You don't have to complete the task, just make a start on the task. And then if it's something that's worth doing, you'll find yourself getting back into that rhythm, that passion of wanting to complete and do the thing, right? The thing I hate most about making videos is I agonize over the script. The script is the worst part. Once I'm happy with the script, the actual editing process, I'm Gucci at that point, no problem. So what I do is when I'm not feeling the script, I'm not in the mood to write about VTubers, I go, okay, I got this one idea though that I know I haven't put in the script. Let's put this idea in. I'll finish writing this idea, and then I'll do about 5 minutes like kind of structuring this idea so it fits into the script. And then before I know it, after I'm done with that 5 minutes, I put the point in. I then think, actually, you know what? Let's reread what I wrote. Let's reread what I've written so far. And then I go, oh, I could clean that up. I could fix that. I could change that. Oh, I could add this to the script as well. And then before you know it, I spent an hour and a half instead of 5 minutes, like editing and expanding the script. So you need to do that. You're going to try sardines this week, Magdalenius. Good. Most seafood, shellfish included, utterly repulses me and makes me gag, but I need the protein. Yes. Here's the thing, boys. Here's the thing. If you're struggling to eat seafood, remember that you don't necessarily have to eat sardines. The reason why I suggest sardines mainly is because sardines contain little edible bones and they're extremely cheap, which means you're getting protein along with all the other fishy goodness when you eat sardines. You can eat herring. I love pickled herring. Pickled herring is delicious. The problem is with pickled herring is that it has quite a bit of sugar and quite a bit of salt in it as well. So you're at risk of high blood pressure, you know, risk of diabetes, right? So you have to be careful with the pickled herring. I also love anchovies, but again, the problem is with anchovies is that you could eat anchovies are low in calories, but just 80 grams of anchovies is like 5 grams of salt. That's your entire like recommended daily salt allowance. So as someone who fucking loves salt and will fucking bury his food in salt, I can't afford to have all my daily salt allowance used up entirely on 80 grams of anchovies, right? And that's the thing, obviously that's why I fucking love anchovies, because they're super fucking salty and delicious. I fucking love me some anchovies. I fucking love salt as well, way too much. Doesn't help my tinnitus. My left ear, all I can hear in my left ear basically is eee! And that's probably because my blood pressure is through the roof with all the salt I eat. Try not to eat as much salt as Maulington. Or if you are going to eat as much salt as Maulington, make sure you run and swim like a motherfucker and sweat all that salt out so your body regulates itself. Tuna and salmon are great as well. I hate salmon, but salmon is very good for you as well. Smoked tuna, pretty good, pretty good. I am too smart. Such simple tricks don't work on me. Well, that's the thing, Anne. I'm a fucking idiot, so such simple tricks work on me. Hang on, let me finish reading through chat and then we'll get started with today's presentation. I like to joke with my co-worker who likes powerlifting and bodybuilding too much, that likes bodybuilding too, that the best way to get discipline is a sprinkle of body dysmorphia. Yeah, I mean, unironically true. It is for me. Yeah, unironically true, man. Yeah, that's the thing about tuna as well. Tuna is rich in mercury. So again, one thing you have to consider when you're buying fish to eat is that you need to be careful of their mercury content, because mercury will fucking destroy your insides if you overeat. So if you are going to eat a fish that's bigger on the food chain, it's probably not going to kill you, but you should be worried. If you're eating like nice big fatty fish that's higher on the food chain with a high mercury content, they'll have a high microplastic content. So in that instance, you don't need to eat the fish 5-7 times a day like I do. Sardines, anchovies, very low on the food chain, don't get much microplastics in them, don't have much mercury content, so they're safe to eat 5-7 times a day. Do you know Chris Williamson? I do know Chris Williamson, actually. I haven't watched him in years, but I'm aware of his stuff. Yeah, I think that my problem with Chris Williamson is the problem all this kind of podcast bros do, where they've been out of the workplace for too long and they say like really stupid boomer shit that that's completely out of touch and is like 15-20 years out of date for the modern world. So that kind of put me off him a little bit, you know, about how and it's like, people today are so depressed and demoralized because they sit in playing video games all day. And it's like, no, Chris, we sit in and play video games all day because because we're being replaced and society's going to a hell in a handbasket. We're being taxed too fucking much, and it's all being spent on fucking illegals and other fuckers who shouldn't be here in the first place. And women are fucking whores, and the top 1% of men are fucking whores, and things just ain't good right now, Chris. So we spend all day inside playing video games because that's the one place in our lives where we don't have some fucking effeminate quote-unquote man or some literal woman busybody in charge of the fucking government and society telling us that we're evil, need to die for the audacity of being men and wanting to achieve things and provide for our families. I love black pepper more than salt. I fucking love salt, pepper, and garlic, personally. I fucking love me some garlic. What about chicken? Yes, the diet, if you look at Monday's stream, Pascal Saucer, we're basically eating chicken pretty much every single day of the week. But the reason why we're talking about fish is I think you should eat fish regularly, because fish is full of omega-3, and omega-3, the great thing about omega-3 is it's good for brain health, fixes your memory, gives you the brain powers. And that's something that you don't get very much from your diet without some fish, really. Like chicken doesn't give you much in the way of omega-3. So one thing I do when I am lifting, is I'll buy about 150 grams worth of chicken from Lidl. It's like a what's it called? It's like a Louisiana seasoned style like chicken breast pieces from Lidl. They're about 80 pence or about 80 cents in US money. It's about 85 grams of seasoned chicken breast, and I'll have that for some extra protein and to kind of help offset the kind of acrid sort of bland taste of sardines. I'm not a big fan of sardines either. I don't find them, they're not disgusting, but I don't enjoy sardines either. But they're cheap, they're effective. I would much rather eat pickled herring and anchovies if I could, but they're full of salt, full of sugar, so it's just not good for you to do so. You could do a silly thing and counter tuna's mercury with the selenium. Oh yeah, and salmon, yeah, there is selenium as well. Sardines have very good selenium content as well, though, as do anchovies. Unless it's your knees and something went wrong. Yeah, watch out for your knees as well. So I don't do a leg day. We'll talk about it in the slide. Instead of like doing a leg day, upper body day, I do a front day and I do a back day instead. So I kind of split exercises in half. We do the front half of the body, the back half of the body. Is how I do it. Sorry, not 150 grams. It's 85 grams, 150 calories. So one thing you'll see a lot in Maulington streams is that I regularly misspeak all the time and I don't realize it. Hey, Piwo. You hate fish. You probably like sausage, though, I imagine, Piwo. Unfortunately, sausage is very bad for you. It's a grade 1 carcinogen. But I fucking love me some Polish sausage, Piwo. Like, every time I go to Lidl and I go past the meat aisle, I look at the billions of different types of Polish sausage that they sell, and I'm like, oh. I think just last week, Lidl had a Polish in Germany like cuisine week, and every time it's Polish week, I buy a shitload of Polish honey, I buy a shitload of Polish sausage, and like Polish mayonnaise and like garlic sauce and other stuff. And oh boy, I fucking love Polish pastries, Polish sauces, Polish meat. It's all fantastic. Kurwa masz pierogi? Masz pierogi? Yeah, it's just your legs trying to recover from all. Yeah, my legs are in a constant. It's the back of my legs. What are they called? What are those muscles called? My hamstrings. My hamstrings are in a constant state of agony, and they only recover by the time it's time to do like my hamstring day again. So it's like I'm always walking, or it's like I'm doing a slight chicken dance because my legs are always killing me. Oh, hell yeah, we've got a lot of Polish people in here, or at least people who are familiar with Polish food. Best made on barbecue, cutting half, ketchup. Ooh, actually, no, I've got to write this down, you know. I only just eat basically Polish sausage raw because, I don't know, I don't really know how to make Polish stuff. But, yeah, I do like Polish sausage with some like herbs, like herby Polish sausage. Just, it's delicious. Smoked Polish sausage. Yeah. If I could eat sausage every single day, I would, but I don't because it's really bad for you, because it's a processed meat, extremely high in carcinogens, which means much higher risk of bowel cancer, which is what we want to avoid. It's the Croc. I know, that's what I said at the beginning of the stream. It's the Croc girl's birthday today. Sadly, we're not going to finish the stream in time to raid her and move you all over there. I was hoping to blitz through this in about an hour, but we're now at 45 minutes. I still haven't fucking got to slide 1 yet, so that ain't happening. So we may as well finish the whole time in our own pace. But I appreciate you guys for being here instead of being on Croc stream, or maybe have me on in the background and you're watching the Croc. Unfortunately, there's not much I could do about my endless prattling on if you've got the Croc on the main screen. Yeah, because obviously this stream requires me to talk a lot, so I'll be talking over her a little bit. I've never had white sausage before. Sour rye soup. That does sound up my alley. I do like a Reuben sandwich with rye, so I might like that. If I could, it would be spicy Italian sausage. This is absolutely heresy to say to my Italian colleagues, but I prefer Polish sausage to Italian sausage. Although I do think British sausage is better than German sausage. If I would rate sausages, Polish number 1, British number 2, Italian number 3, Germany very, very close 4, I would say. American number 5. Then I'm made of cancer. Probably Nova Crusader. It depends, right? It's not like if you eat sausage every day, you will get bowel cancer. It's just like it's an extra 1 or 2% chance of getting it that I don't really want to take the risk of. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's move on to the first slide. So I need to address something I forgot to bring up last stream as well about the importance of drinking and sleeping as well. Let's go on to that. Okay. Christ. Am I in the way? It's not really important inside there. By the way, I just want to say, by the way, I did take to heart the fact that people were memeing on me for my usual presentations to be like 3 slides over 6 hours with just me having like random bullet points in the middle of it. So in order to fix that, I took your feedback on board. I started using Copilot. So I make a Word document of the stream. I put all my shit in the Word document. I feed it to Copilot, and then Copilot gives us these cool little slides that are laid out and have cool little graphics and colors and shit. Now you can't complain about the 10-hour Maulington stream with 2 slides where he spends like 8 hours on slide 1 now. Right. Yeah. It's okay, Maulington. Tangents are fun. Tangents are fun, but I am self-conscious sometimes. I'm like, shit, people come here for something, and I don't fucking do it because I'm prattling on too much. Yeah. Again, I don't mind if you trauma dump here too much, but this is meant to be a place to be happy, and this is meant to be a place to have fun and shit post. And the thing is that if you're going to be trauma dumping on here, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about your trauma. I can give you some advice, potentially, try to help you out. But it, of course, naturally, the other thing about trauma dumping as well is it brings the whole vibes down. Like, people don't want to see it, quite frankly. I know it's callous to say. I don't mind it, but it's like, if you've got a reason to trauma dump, let's try to fix that. Well, we can't fix that, but let's try to distract you from that for a couple hours, right? It's like, okay, you want to trauma dump, hold your trauma dumping. Instead, let's be silly, let's have fun, let's be childish, let's get our worst impulses out of our system, and then we won't feel the need to trauma dump, at least for a few hours whilst just streaming, right? That's what this channel is meant to be about. Mostly we're here primarily to have fun, right? Armchairs, the intellectual dudes. I'm the childish dude who sometimes likes to ponder intellectually about things. I'm not the hardcore intellectual dude. That's Armchair's channel. This is a place to be happy, first and foremost, to have fun. I'm here to encourage you to let your inner child out, not be so self-conscious about it. Have fun, get all your childish impulses out your system that you can't do in polite society, because people will look at you weird. I like to listen to your streams lately, as you are more cool and male than me, so I want to be like you. Oh, Piwo, don't tell me stuff like that. I feel so fucking bad. I feel like such a fucking retard with the shit I say on stream and the way I behave sometimes. So people say that and I'm like, oh, maybe I should stop being racist and saying slurs and being fucking childish and trying to be more of a role model to people. But then I can't help it. I have to be silly and weird on the internet. I just can't take this stuff too seriously. But I really like you as well, Piwo. I really like you as well. I don't know what it is. Every Polish person I meet on the internet, I always fucking love Polish people I meet on the internet. They're always so cool. And it's like people I meet in real life who are Polish as well are pretty cool. But the funny thing I find is that Polish people in real life are more fucking miserable than the British are. They're always moaning and complaining about everything all the time. But they are very good friends, I find. I find the Poles are great friends. They make great friends, the Polish do. But yeah, I like you as well, Pippa. I've been enjoying watching your streams. The thing is, I don't always feel like, but when I'm like lurking, I tend to lurk a lot in the streams of acquaintances and friends, because I don't, like, by the end of the day, I just don't have the social battery anymore, really, to like talk in someone's stream and be like, to have a conversation with them, which is kind of bad, because I know it helps with the engagement, it helps make the stream better, but it's like, at this point in my life, I've got like 80 other VTubers added as friends on Discord, and I speak to all my viewers as well on a regular basis. So it's like, and I don't have the biggest social battery in the first place. So by the evening, when I've got like time to watch streams, I'm like, oh, I just don't want to fucking talk to anyone anymore. Speaking of Maulington talking and not reading the slide, I should drink an entire litre of water. I love Wiggers. Woo! Yeah, same. Oh, I miss the Wiggers. Like fucking early 2000s Paul Walker talking like he's black in Too Fast, Too Furious. Great shit, yeah. But you being turbo racist is the best part. Hell yeah. To be fair, I do judge them on the content of their character, and it just so happens that their culture and country is a character worth condemning. You guys know which two countries in particular I'm thinking about when I say that, right? But I think we're all in agreement here. We need to send them all back. They shouldn't be here. Send them all back. The pendulum swings from delusional gloating to please, sir. Okay, please, sir, me all you want. You're going back, regime. I'm sending you back. Oh, I appreciate the kind words, guys. Now you're making me feel all awkward and humble. I appreciate it. If it's any consolation, I enjoy you guys as well. I feel fucking awful about spending 2.5 goddamn years making the face documentary, and I still haven't got it out yet. But this is the thing though, is it's like, right, I'm gonna finish what I started. I'm gonna finish the tale of Phase Connect. I'm gonna get everything out that I promised before I graduate. I'm gonna fucking do it. because I love you and I want to give you what I promised I'd give you. And that is what keeps me going. Is what keeps me going in VTubing. Is chat, is a community, the good faith community, bros, all you guys, is what keeps me in it. Otherwise I would have left a while ago, because oh my god, I'm fucking demoralized by all the shit that goes on these days. I do get sick of it. We think of you as an Eastern European too? Hell yeah. That's actually a genuine compliment to be likened to an Eastern European, because Eastern Europeans are based. Proctor streams a major black pill, seeing how fucked things are, so these are optimistic. Yeah, that's actually funny enough. I used to watch Proctor streams a lot as well, and I unfollowed Proctor and like stopped watching his streams for a while. Not because I had a problem with Proctor in any way, but it's because every time I'm like, and the same thing with TVA as well. I haven't been on TVA in a year, because it's like, obviously those guys focus on like drama and, you know, bad things, and it was just making me so depressed and black-pilled. Like, it's like I go on TVA and it's like, what's this? I go on TV and I'm like, oh my god, like they've got all this shit about Clara, which is depressing to read, and then there's all this drama going on, and it's like they're like, oh, this VTuber, did you know this VTuber's a cunt, and all this drama's going on, and these people are assholes, and I'm like, oh my god, I just I can't be here anymore. This is so depressing and miserable to see. I don't want to see it anymore. I just wanna go back to being blissfully ignorant in my own little happy space, right? Do not say that word, it frightens us. I'm sorry, Felix. Yeah. How many sites do we have, by the way? About 10, I think. Yeah, it's a thankless job, but I guess it's important to it is important work to be doing, even as blackpilling as it is, because they are essentially the I don't know, it sounds a bit dramatic to say, but they are, how do I say this? It's important to know, because otherwise you get really bad opportunistic actors in this space who will get away with like fucking murder and doing some pretty heinous shit otherwise. But it's like, it's so depressing to read. It's like, I'm just no longer want to be around that environment anymore, because I don't even need the help of those communities, those environments, to just be so fucking sick of VTubing these days, quite frankly. Yeah, I don't really follow VTuber stuff anymore unless it's people I know. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so let's finally get the first slide done after nearly an hour. So two things I forgot to mention last week is the importance of hydration, boys. So remember, make sure you drink water all day on a regular basis, not just when you're thirsty. I think what I tend to find is I'm someone who really hates water. I would live purely on soda if I could. In fact, up until I was around about 19, I pretty much did live entirely on soda, and boy do my teeth regret it after all this time. Fortunately, I'm only missing one tooth, but nevertheless I have missed a tooth and I have a shitload of fillings because of bad oral hygiene and living off of soda. Nowhere near as bad as Pippa and Asmongold, I'm happy to say. Nowhere close to those two. So the reason why you want to drink water, especially if you're on a journey to lose weight, is that it might seem counterproductive, but drinking a lot of water actually really helps you lose weight. It makes your skin good as well, good for your skin. If your body's hydrated, less inflammation, get less puffy skin, get less dry skin, keep your skin nice and moist, keep yourself hydrated. Actually really helps with losing weight, keeps you healthy. Your muscles use water to recover as well. That's one of the major functions of water. That's why people take creatine supplements, and why you might get a bit bloated if you take creatine, is because all that water that you're drinking gets stored in the muscles. It cools your muscles down, like how coolant will cool an engine down. So the more water you drink, the faster you'll be able to lift the mad weights tomorrow. Helps you recover quicker, removes cramping basically. And then sleeping as well. So I know we're all gamers here, we're all anime and VTubing enthusiasts. We're all probably up until the crack of dawn, like Cleo doing the 20-hour long Europa Universalis 4 marathons, right? We're playing Portugal, and we've just colonized South America, and now those bastarding Spanish are threatening some of your prospective colonies. So now you're in a 48-hour long war with the Spanish AI, and you don't want to go to bed. But it's like, look guys, You have to go to bed if you can at the same time every day. Make it a routine. Get yourself a little pre-going to bed ritual so you're preparing yourself to go to bed, right? Make sure you get a minimum of 7.5 hours. If depending on how old you are and what your genetics are like, you can maybe get away with different. I can't really function properly anymore without at least 7.5 hours of sleep. That's probably because of decades of living off of 4 hours of sleep. Get yourself 7.5 hours, ideally 8, if not even more than 8. Some people need more than 8. I don't need more than 8. 7.5 hours. I wake up in the morning feeling great, feeling fantastic. So again, get yourself 8, 7.5 minimum. Again, that will really help you lose weight as well. Trust me, drink lots of water, make sure you get proper amount of sleep. The fat will melt off just with that lifestyle adjustment as well. You'll feel better. Again, sleeping, very important for rest and recovery. It'll help the growth, repair, and fat loss whilst you're sleeping. Give your body a chance to calm down, process everything. Same bedtime every day. Make sure you go to bed at the same time every day, plus or minus 5 minutes or so. Try to avoid using your phone or doing stuff with electronics about an hour before you go to bed. Read a book instead or something. Great thing about reading books as well, stimulates your mind, stimulates your imagination, helps your memory. I've always been a very fond reader of books and literature. I tend to prefer fiction to non-fiction, but something that will keep you occupied in growth for an hour. You know, put the fucking phone down. It's like, I've seen like a great like meme of this. Oh boy, it's like, oh, I'm so tired. Time to come off the big PC. And then the person like, time to come off the big computer. And then the person gets into bed and they're like, ah, there we go. Now it's time for little computer, right? You wanna get away from that. Get off the big computer. Read a paperback for an hour. Don't get your fucking Kindle out, right? No iPads. iPads are fucking gay as well. Don't own an iPad. No Kindle. Get yourself a nice paperback, hardback book and read it for an hour. Read Ender's Game. Read Starship Troopers. Read Cherub. That was a book I was really fond of as a kid. The Cherub series. It's a children's novel, but a teenager's novel, I suppose. It's made for like 12-year-old boys, but I must admit I still love reading the Cherub series as a grown-ass big burly man. Read the Alex Rider series as well. Again, teenage novels, action novels, but I still grew up with them, so I fucking love them. Read Communion, the Alien book, Communion. That was a good read. See what other good books are there. Don't read Orwell's 1984 because it's horrifying, and you'll see that we currently live in that universe. Read it, but at the same time, don't read it. Read Camp of the Saints. If you read Camp of the Saints, that will simultaneously black pill you, but it'll also awaken you as to the current state of the world. I regret reading Camp of the Saints, but at the same time, I wouldn't have noticed things. I probably wouldn't know what's going on if I hadn't read Camp of the Saints. Whoa, my goodness, what a horrifying read that is. Yeah, I recognize that loop. We've been going on for so long, the music's looped, and it's like an hour of Gran Turismo inspired drum and bass. Fucking hell. Let's see, what other books would I recommend? Oh, I fucking love me some Ender's Game, by the way. Although Ender's Game gets really gay as the series goes on. In the end, Ender's Game does the whole, oh my goodness, do we have the right to exterminate an alien species and kill like the rest of them? And it's like, yeah, humanity first, baby. Humanity supremacy. Fuck the aliens. Talk shit, get hit. Fuck them. Starship Troopers had the right idea. You know what to do. Get in there and kill them all. Hell yeah, boys. Humanity first. Conquer planets. Fuck the bugs up. Hell yeah. Let's see, what else? What other literature would I recommend? I've got streamer brain, so I can't think right now. I struggled to even come up with Camp of the Saints. I forgot the name of that one. Oh, there's a really good fantasy series that's kind of out there. That's famously quite difficult to read. Not many people know about it, but the people who do know, it's like a brotherhood if you say that you read this fantasy series. I'll have to ask my Norwegian friend, because he's the one who got me into it. I'll have to remember what it is. I forgot the name of it. I'll post it on Twitter later if I remember. Yeah, read 84 if you're going to see what's going to come up next. Yeah, 84 is the end. We're living in Camp of the Saints. 1984 is the end result of Camp of the Saints. Oh yeah, Fahrenheit 451 as well. Yeah. Oh, I know, Children of Men. Children of Men's another good one. Children of Men is great. I kind of like the movie as well, but again, the movie was pretty weird as well. Semi-faithful adaptation. Read the, oh, you know what, actually speaking of that, for the Emperor, read the Horus Heresy books. Yeah, read the Horus Heresy books. Don't read any 40k book though that was made by that terrorist Dan Ward or whatever the fuck his name was, Ultramarine MacGuffin guy. I fucking, is his name Dan? Is it Dan Ward? Oh my god, a streamer brain. What's his name? Who's the Ultramarines #1 simp writer? That guy. Fuck that guy. I hate that guy. The fucking Nurgle should have won the battle for Macragge, quite frankly. The Death Guard, Matt Ward, that's it, thank you. Fucking Matt Ward. Fucking hate Matt Ward. The fucking Death Guard should have won the battle for Macragge, quite frankly. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, if you're like me, guys, if you're like me and you really... Fuck off, fly. There's a fucking goddamn fly in this room that's fucking trying to dry hump my goddamn chest. Fuck off. Get out of here, you bastard. Fucking fly. Where was I? Oh yeah, if you're like me, guys, and you really struggle to put the soda down and drink water, you hate the taste of water or whatever, or you're just addicted to your soda, you know, you pop open that tin of water, you pop open that tin of Pepsi or Coke or whatever, you hear that tsh, and then you take the first mouthful, you go, and then it's like, ah. We've all been there first thing in the morning, open the fridge, get that tin of Pepsi, that first neck, when you neck it down, it's like, ah, that crisp, lovely cokiness. What I do is I have a little system. Every time I get a tin of Coke, I get a glass of water to accompany it. When I take a drink from my Pepsi, I then immediately take an equally sized portion of drink from my glass of water as well. So that way, every time I take a swig of Coke, take a swig of water straight afterwards. We got a basically 1-to-1 ratio of soda to water. Before you know it, we've got, at least by lunchtime, we've had 660 milliliters of, well, actually no, that's way too much. I don't drink like that anymore. These days I have 1 tin of Pepsi with my lunch, with my food, with my Greek yogurt and stuff, and I have like a whole glass of water to accompany that, and then I'll have 1 more soda in the evening with another glass of water to accompany that as well. So that's about, how much is that? That's normally about almost 2 liters of liquid that I have a day. But then what I try to do is then I try to have 1 or 2 glasses of water on top of that independently with no sodas. So I would recommend no more than 2 sodas a day and about 3 to 4 glasses of water. It's easier to do the waters if you struggle with your Pepsi addiction or Coke addiction or whatever. Drink the waters with the Pepsi, do 1 for 1. Gets easier to get that water down you. One thing I'll say as well, by the way, don't drink full fat soda. Don't drink the full fat Coke, the full fat Pepsi. Get yourself Pepsi Max. Get yourself Coke Zero. Tastes exactly the same as the full fat stuff. Considerably less sugar. Your teeth will be happier. And as well, the great thing about these drinks is that they have 0 calories or like 1 calorie depending. And that way helps you on your weight loss journey as well. Like a full tin of Coke is like 150 calories or something stupid. It has like 20, it's like got 75% of your daily sugar allowance or something stupid. Do the max versions, they're far more delicious than the diet versions of Pepsi and Coke. Even fewer calories in diet, even though it's like only 1 calorie. Tastes the same. Win-win on all around, right? Oh my god, he wrote the codexes as well. Ugh. Who the fuck writes it? Who the fuck wrote the Battle for Macragge then? Must not have been that terrorist Matt Ward. It must have been someone else who writes a lot of, oh yeah, the Ultramarines run into a problem, everything's fucked, and then they win in the end anyway. Or it's like someone else is struggling, the Blood Angels are struggling, and then the Ultramarines come in to save the day out of nowhere, and it's like, ugh. I fucking hate blueberries. The blueberries are my least favorite chapter as well. Yeah, the blueberries aren't allowed to lose. They always have to win and pull bullshit out of their ass. Yeah. Like with the fucking, well, like when they fucking fought the Tyranids on McCrag as well. They always have to win when the Tyranids come. I drink poppies, have like 30 calories and 10 carbs. I drink Doc Pop, not good as Dr. Pepper though. I don't like the taste of cherry, generally speaking, so I don't like me Dr. Pepper. I will say though that even though I don't like Dr. Pepper, there's something weird about eating pizza with a Dr. Pepper. It kind of becomes like a weird good kind of taste. Turns out there's not a fly dry humping me. I'm getting weird tingles in my body for some reason. Must be weird. Don't know what the cause of that is, but must just be age. I really like the salamanders as well. My favorite chapter are the Dark Angels, but the salamanders are a close second. Can't call me racist because I really like the salamanders. They're my second favorite chapter. Makes me not racist. Stroke? Probably. My own mind gives me a stroke. You guys should try to spend a day in the mind of Lord Maulington. You'd get a fucking stroke as well. So we're now 1 hour and 5 minutes into stream, and we've done one slide. Let's move on to the next slide then. Let's get into the exercise. So I want you guys to remember. These poses going forwards, because we're going to have a bunch of days dedicated to stretching and calisthenics. So here are my major calisthenics kind of stretching things that I do, particularly if you're an older guy, you're a middle-aged guy. The Superman and the Cobra poses will basically will bring your back to the way it was when you were a teenager. The Cobra pose and the Superman clears all my back problems, despite all the years I've spent lifting heavy weights. Trust me. Cobra pose, Superman pose. You will get on your knees and thank me later if you suffer from back problems. So Cobra pose. What is the Cobra pose? You want your hips down, so basically you want to imagine like you're humping the ground. You want to keep your groin as tight to the ground as possible. You keep your elbows soft, your chest open, your neck long. You push yourself up, and then you basically try to bend yourself back. Your top half, you try to bend it backwards as far as it will go, whilst keeping your lower half glued to the floor. What will happen when you do this? You'll get a nice deep stretch in your lower back. If you activate your glutes, activate your chest when you're doing this. Make your lower back feel young again. It feels fantastic, the Cobra pose. And one thing you can do as well when you're doing the Cobra pose is you lift one hand. Well, you don't even need to lift the hand off the ground if you want to. You can still keep both hands down, keep both hands keeping you up. But when you're doing the Cobra pose as well, twist your torso, twist your hips, twist yourself. So you look left, whilst keeping your body as straight as you can. You look right, whilst keeping the body as straight as you can at the same time. And then what will happen is you'll start to hear and feel clicks in your back. Again, you're getting a nice even twist stretch in your back, the lower back and the middle back as well, the middle spine. Get all those cracks out of there. Get your back nice and limber. Cobra pose is a fantastic pose. In fact, I do the Cobra pose every single day, just to make sure my back is in tip-top condition. And then the other thing you want to do as well are Superman poses. So what Superman poses are: your starting position, lie down nice and flat on the floor, and then kind of like your Superman flying through the air, you raise your arms forward directly ahead of you. You keep your legs behind you, toes straight, toes back. Get yourself nice and flat to begin with. And kind of one thing you can do before you even start doing the Superman poses is that when you lie flat on the floor, like almost like you're doing a worm, stretch your arms in front of you as far as they can go, and then keep going. Basically, once you've got your arms out in front of you, just keep going. Like slide your hands across the floor and stretch yourself forward whilst keeping your body flat on the floor, as far forward as you can go without actually moving your body. And then what will happen is it's like basically doing a dead hang without dead hanging. It's not as good as a dead hang. If you're too weak to do dead hangs, you can kind of do like the worm where you like stretch forwards on the ground, and that will kind of do the same thing. You'll stretch your back out as far as it can go. You'll start feeling the stretching in the upper part of your spine, kind of around the shoulder blade areas. I tend to get a lot of back pain in the top left area of my back if I'm not careful, probably due to a bit of muscle imbalance, due to a bit of age as well. I do the flat worm and then stretch forward, and then I feel all the cracking, the stretching, the popping of my muscles around that shoulder blade, beneath the shoulder blade area on my back. Again, all that pain goes away. I feel right as rain when I do that. And to begin with, depending on how bad your posture is, if you've got like very weak glutes, if you've got an pelvic anterior tilt, you might not even be able to physically do the Superman to begin with. And if you can't do the Superman, that's fine. If you do the worm, if you do the flat, legs back, toes pointed, arms forward, palms open kind of thing, that will allow you to gradually build the spine and help you with the hip mobility to eventually get to a full Superman. So the final form, just lost my air conditioner tube there. So the final form of kind of like the worm back stretches to begin with is that you should eventually be able to lift your chest off the ground, and at the same time lift your legs up and backwards, so you look like you're flying through the air like Superman. Don't worry if you can't do this pose right away. Again, the flat worm, try to lift up as much as you can for as long as you can. Eventually you'll get the technique right. Like to begin with, you'll probably be only able to lift your chest up like an inch or two. You might only be able to lift the back of your legs up an inch or two. You might only be able to hold it for like a second to begin with. That's fine. Just stick to it. Keep going. Eventually you'll be able to do the full pose, and then try to squeeze the lower back. Lift your arms and legs. Try to hold it for as long as you can before assuming the rest position. The rest position is your arms and your legs back down again. You know, keep going, guys. Eventually you get there. And then also to help fix anterior pelvic tilt. So what anterior pelvic tilt is that if you sit down a lot all day, if you're like sat down all the time and you don't do any stretches and exercises, what you'll find is that your pelvis will be tilted forwards and down way too much. And this is how you get that really weird, ugly looking posture where your back like almost forms an S shape, right? Like you don't have a straight back. You've got very weak glutes. You've got a very weak lower back. It's because you've been sat down all day, not doing any stretches or exercises. And then what happens because of that is that your hamstrings get really weak. They get really tight. Your calves might get really weak and tight as well. And then your body's kind of compensating for that tightness by forcing your body forwards because it's too weak to bring your back, your pelvis, your glutes, your not just your glutes as well, but your thorax, your chest, your core are too weak to keep your posture nice and straight. So if you do glute bridges, lie down flat on your back to begin with, put your feet flat on the floor, put your arms down, palms open, nice and flat, and then basically just lift your ass up in the air whilst keeping your feet flat on the floor. And then what will happen, particularly when you are tight and you are struggling to begin with, is that you'll feel a nice deep stretch in your quadriceps. Those are the muscles in front of you, above the knee. You'll feel a nice deep stretch there. You should also start to feel a stretch in your glutes as well. It'd be a little bit painful. Try to hold the glute bridge for a minute at a time. 1 set's a minute. Do sets of, instead of like doing sets of 12, do sets of 1 minute. Do it until your ass is too sore and you can't squeeze it anymore, basically. Try to do at least 3 sets where you're holding it for a minute, if not more. Gradually build up. The benefits of the glute bridge, not only does it help your glutes, it helps your quadricep tightness as well. Might even help your hamstrings a little bit as well. But if you are feeling a deep stretch in your if you're feeling a deep stretch in your quads, then you might have your feet too far forwards. So what you can kind of do in the glute bridges is your feet position will determine whether you feel the stretch more in your quadriceps or your hamstrings and your ass itself, right? So adjust. I think if I'm remembering right, based on how I do it, I think the further forwards my feet are from my core, the more my ass and the more my hamstrings get activated. The closer I bring my feet to me, the less my glutes are being activated, the more my quadriceps are being activated. So depending on what you want to target, adjust your foot position accordingly. And then one thing we want to do as well are calf raises. You can do calf raises on a flat surface. You can do them on a tilted surface, but what you're doing, keep yourself nice and straight. and then just get on your tiptoes. Basically, make sure that when you're getting on your tiptoes, that you're kind of every toe, like your entire, you're getting like the entirety of the front of your foot, like the balls of your feet. Make sure all of it's in contact with the floor, and that you're almost kind of stretching your ankles outwards a little bit as well. Make sure all the toes are interacting with the floor. If you're like me, you got flat feet. Problem is when you're flat footed is that your feet tend to want to curve inwards, and that might leave like the kind of like rightmost third of your foot not in contact with the ground. Try to roll your ankles outwards if you got flat feet, or your feet go inwards. And then if you are struggling to maintain balance, if you don't have the strength to do calf raises unassisted, it's perfectly fine for you to grab onto something, grab onto the wall, like grab the wall, hold onto the wall, grab a chair, whatever it is. Doing calf raises unassisted isn't a cheat. You'll still develop nice big fat hamstring calves like I do. I could show you a picture of my calves as well. I've got gigantic calves because of all the walking, running and calf raises I do. But calf raises are important not just for the development of calf muscles, make them big and strong, but they also help address the tightness in your calf muscles from being sat down all day as well, or being lethargic or whatever. So calf raises, very good exercise to do. You could do those every day if you want to, but I tend to do it only 3-4 days a week, not every day of the week. And again, as always, whenever you're doing any kind of exercises, make sure you do the full exercise in a slow, controlled manner with the proper form. Don't get obsessed with numbers. This is something I want to, I guess, going into the next part where we will be doing the actual exercises on a daily basis. It's far more important to take it slow and do the exercise in the proper form to completion until the point where you reach failure and are no longer able to continue doing that exercise at the proper form. Okay, what I want you to remember before we get into the weightlifting section and the gym section, don't get obsessed with time and don't get obsessed with numbers, right? Don't worry about the funny numbers, all right? It's not about the funny numbers. If you finish all your exercises in the gym in 40 minutes, that's fine. Go home. You don't need to stay for an hour and arbitrarily push yourself to do extra stuff when you're too weak to do it in the proper manner. If you are physically spent after 40 minutes, that's a good fucking workout right there. Don't push yourself anymore. Don't stay an extra 20 minutes where you're desperately having to almost help and force yourself to do extra exercises of improper technique and cause yourself injury, because you'll just be wasting your time. You won't really be getting much in the way of gains if you can't maintain the proper form anymore. If you're done in 40 minutes, you're done. Don't worry about doing it in an hour. It's stupid to hold yourself to some arbitrary metric of, I must be here for an hour and do an hour exercise. No, you're not. When you're done, you're done. And you know when you're done? Because you're at failure. You can't do the proper form anymore. And the same thing with the funny numbers as well. The funny numbers are helpful. Funny numbers are helpful for sets, the amount you're doing in the sets, because it helps you track progression. It helps you identify where you're plateauing or regressing as well, so you can adjust yourself accordingly. But again, what you have to remember when you're working out is that if you're lifting extremely heavy, then you'll want to do a lower amounts in your sets anyway. So instead of worrying about doing 12, worry about 6 to 8, very, very heavy instead, depending on how heavy you go. 4 to 6, that's perfectly fine. And one thing I'll mention as well, and what we'll talk about as we're going through the routines, is that I do a system where on one day I go heavy, and then the next day I'm doing that muscle group, I'll go volume instead. So I'll go half of what I can realistically lift to a sensible amount, and I'll go for volume instead. I do alternate between hypertrophy and then volume. And I think it's important. Again, I'm no expert, I'm no sports scientist. I'm just telling you is that when I did a purely hypertrophy based muscle routine, I found that I would get really big, I would get jacked really quickly, but I found that I had basically no muscle endurance either. So I could lift heavy, really, really fucking heavy weights, but after 5 minutes or so, my arms would be dead. Whereas I found that if I alternate between hypertrophy and volume, doing a lot of sets and a lot of, a lot of lifts in between each set, I found that not only would I have the big, strong, burly muscles to lift heavy weights, is that I would then have the muscle endurance to keep doing that for an extended period of time, right? Like being mega jacked, but then your muscles being spent after like lifting up one box up a flight of stairs is no good. You lift a large volumes, longer number of sets of lower weights. Not only will you be able to lift that heavy box now, but then you'll also be able to lift several more boxes, which is the ideal. And one thing that's always good to do, push-ups. Very versatile exercise, good for the chest, good for the biceps, good for the triceps, depending on how you do your push-ups, what kind of push-ups you do. Very well-rounded exercise. Don't need to be at the gym either to do push-ups. And if you remember as well, guys, what I want to say is that if you're a really strong guy and you're still struggling to do push-ups, you're either really, really heavy, and that's okay, you are going to struggle, or it's likely that you've got the technique wrong as well. So make sure that when you're doing push-ups, make sure you got the posture right. Make sure that you're not like putting it all onto your like shoulders instead. Make sure you're targeting the proper muscle group. And one kind of rule of thumb that I do is I normally do push-ups. I either have my hands kind of directly in front of my chest. That kind of gets you a good going with the biceps, and kind of like outwards more as well. Kind of shoulder width with your hands, chest level. Get a good mix of all your muscle groups there. I find when you're at like chest level, shoulder width. But if you bring your hands closer towards you, if you get your hands basically hugging your sides and bring it lower towards your waistline a little bit more, then when you do that, you'll find you'll be targeting your chest muscle group a lot more. So again, if you're someone like myself who is obsessed with the chest more than the biceps, I get plenty of bicep and tricep workout with my gym sets. There's no such thing as too much chest exercises for me. I do prefer to bring my hands in more, bring them lower down, target that chest area more when doing the push-ups. But yeah, if you're struggling with push-ups and you are pretty strong, you're pretty decently strong, you're not too heavy, your technique is probably wrong. If you are struggling to correct your technique, watch a bunch of YouTube videos, see some guides on there to help you with the posture. If you're still struggling to do push-ups, if you're still struggling to feel your muscle groups being targeted, get someone to take a look at your push-up technique and then pick out where you're going wrong for you. That will help you out. Like, don't be afraid to ask people at the gym, strangers, family members, whatever. Get someone to just check that you're doing the proper technique. And then once I'm done with this last part, I'll go back and read chat. And then finally, we've also got sit-ups. So remember, the important thing with sit-ups is that you're going to curl up. You're going to feel it all in the knee, all in the stomach. Don't yank your neck. Don't use the momentum of going up and down. Don't use your fucking neck to like rip yourself forward. Otherwise, you're going to cause yourself some serious neck damage, cause yourself a neck injury. Okay. You should be feeling it all in the stomach area. And if you aren't feeling it in the stomach area, then that might be because, again, you're using your neck, you're using the momentum of the movement, the force to rock yourself back and forward, which isn't what you want to do, okay? You might be too weak at first to do a sit-up in the proper form. There are things you can do to kind of assist yourself forward that doesn't involve you injuring your neck. And again, there are exercises at the gym that can help you build that core strength so you can do sit-ups on a regular basis. And one of those is the stomach crunch. I can't remember what the exact name for it is for the gym machine, but there is a stomach crunch machine that you can use at the gym that will help you build some of that functional core strength so that you can do unassisted sit-ups. All right. Hey Joey, how's it going, buddy? Best exercise, humping. Having lots of sex, guys, is a great way to get rid of your to get rid of your pelvic tilt. Do a lot of humping. Helps deal with your hip problems. Helps deal with your chest sagging. Helps deal with lower back weakness, glute weakness. Unfortunately, as much of a stud that you are, as sexy as charismatic as you are, you're probably unlikely to find a woman or womans who will be at your beck and call, able to give you a little bit of the old in and out on a regular basis. so that you can get your glute workout, your lower back workout in. I'm afraid, unfortunately, you are going to have to use the machine. I don't want to be jacked. I want to be a lean, toned, skinny build. Exactly, fair enough. And that just becomes a matter of making sure that you don't eat too much, making sure that you don't lift too much, and making sure you do a lot of running, a lot of cardio, a lot of swimming to keep yourself toned rather than jacked. I like the medium core build. I like to be strong, but not so strong that I'm struggling with cardio and running and working out, and that my shoulders and arms aren't so stiff I can't reach behind myself. I like to go a kind of medium heavier build, like medium heavy build is what I like. Arm angle and keeping the posture is the key. Exactly. Yeah. Sit-ups are the worst. I feel like it's impossible not to use my neck unintentionally. One thing I tend to find that helped me at first, not be shit at sit-ups, is what I would do is, instead of having my hands flat on the floor, is I would basically like caress my legs as I sit up. Again, I don't know if that might make things worse for you, but what I do is instead is that I have my hands at the sides of my thighs, and then as I sit up, what I do is I then kind of push my hands down my leg as I'm sitting up, and I actually found that movement helped me keep it focused with my stomach to do the sit up. I don't know, it might make it worse for you without that assist from your hands, but maybe try that. Maybe try caressing the sides of your thighs and like stroking down your thighs as you sit up, and that might encourage you to activate your core more rather than crank your neck forwards. Are weighted sit-ups worthwhile? Yes, if you can do them. Obviously, if you're just a beginner, you probably won't be able to do, you'll struggle to do unassisted sit-ups, let alone weighted ones. But yes, weighted sit-ups can be pretty good. They're an essential exercise in Muay Thai. They will build a strong core, they will help, but they aren't necessary, they're not required. Stomach crunches will give you the same effect as weighted sit-ups in most cases. No. All you have to do is sit up in the bed, missionary style, and then just hump with a weight belt. Yeah, I mean, that would work as well. Get yourself a nice big fat chastity belt. You know what? I'm not feeling the music. Give me 1 second. I want to change the music. I'm not feeling that anymore. Get some dark drum and bass. Let's get some dark Russian drum and bass now. The Russians are really good at doing drum and bass. You know, the funny thing is that the English and the Russians probably have more in common than English people and Russians do. We all like the same food, the same drinks, with the same miserable tracksuit wearing doomers, and we also like the same dark, nasty drum and bass music as well. We both love drum and bass so much. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to have a cola bottle to help my energy levels, because I'm a bit tired and a bit peckish. Help yourself to a snack, guys. If needs be. I fucking love me some cola bottles. Cola is my favorite flavor in the world. I wish I could swim. Yeah. I could teach you how to swim, Nova Crusader, if you want to. You have a body pillow? Ah, there we go. I guess you could hump a body pillow until your lower body is all nice and strong. Would you like some water with that cola, good sir? Indeed, and I just did. I just had a sip of water. As I did, but indeed, cola bottle snack. I've got the cola bottles, the Sweet Corner brand cola bottles from Lidl. I fucking love Lidl. Lidl isn't premium food. Lidl do cut corners with their foods, but they're like half the price of like M&S or other major supermarket brands. And funny enough, there are actually many Lidl products where it's half the price of major supermarket brand stuff, but it's actually much better than supermarket brand stuff. Like the Sweet Corner cola bottles are twice as good as Haribo cola bottles, honestly. And trust me, I am the gelatine sweet fucking master, all right? I am the lord of Haribo. I am the lord of cola bottles and gummy-faced sweets. And I'm telling you right now, Sweet Zone, Lidl's own brand thing, takes a massive shit on Haribo's product. A dense creature you must be. I am pretty dense in more ways than one, mentally and physically. I can't float. Tried taking swimming lessons and spent 3 months of baffling my instructors on why I couldn't float. I'll fucking figure it out, Nova Crusader. I'm a genius. Lord Maulington is the greatest genius in all of male VTubing. I can do that exercise all day. All I need is my phone and a sufficiently large pillow. Which body pillow have you got, Felix? Is it what would you go for, Felix? An ember? Is it an ember body pillow you would go for, or a Pippa body pillow? I don't know. Slight tangent. People who lewd Pippa weird me out and disgust me. It's like, ugh, you wanna lewd the stinky mold rabbit who lives in filth. Disgusting. Ugh. I like my woman clean. I mean, it's like, imagine that as well. She'd living with Pippa, she'd steal all your fucking soda. All your soda would be gone. There'd be filth and gross shit everywhere. There'd be I suppose she's not so bad that there are ants in her room anymore. There's a risk there'd be ants in your room that's so filthy. It's like, ugh. We tangent in again. We are, but we're going to get back on things immediately. I just find that people who lewd Pippa and Tenma amuse me. They amuse me because Tenma's scared. I am a Tenma stream watcher, so yes, it's like, yes, I know that Tenma's an extremely cute, sweet, lovely old lady. But even so, still, getting on the wrong side of Tenma terrifies me. Angry Tenma terrifies me. So again, looting the Tenma is strange to me because she's so terrifying. Her recent not safe for work Gouda take is what really put me off on her. Yeah, I saw that actually. I saw that being clipped and I was like, what the people were talking about, people were saying stuff like, is Pippa talking about how she wants to be spit roasted? And I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck are people talking about? And then I saw the clip and I was like, yeah, not a Gouda, by the way, she says after that shit. Oh yeah, Admiral Rooney, I suppose. Good. Peak choices. She has improved her hygiene over the past 2 years, to be fair. Vomit drawer, many years in the past. Her hygiene seems to be better as well. I can feel the warmth of her stench. It is unattractive to me. Yeah. Oh, I know what the problem. Nova Crusader. Pascal. Oh shit. Was it Nova Crusader who hasn't seen Pirates of the Caribbean? I think it was Nova Crusader, wasn't it? Pascal, that's the problem with Nova Crusader. Nova Crusader can't swim because he's an undead pirate who's got a piece of the stolen gold. We need to find the missing person. We need to find the person who has the last piece of the missing gold, and then we need to bleed him on the coffin. That way, Nova Crusader will no longer be an undead. That's what it is. Ye best start believing in ghost stories, Mr. Pascal Saucer. You're in one. Miss Turner. Oh, did he get bored? Did he get bored? How could you get bored of Pirates of the Caribbean? The first one's such a good movie. He explained so much, right? Nova Crusader is secretly an undead pirate. I can't feel the wind in my face, nor the warmth of a woman. I feel nothing. Oh my god, fucking... I know that people talk about Johnny Depp and Captain Jack Sparrow in those movies, but fucking Captain Barbossa and Jeffrey Rush really steal those movies for me. He chews every scene he's in so gloriously. In fact, right, he was so fucking good that they had to find some bullshit way to resurrect him and bring him back at the end of the second movie. But like at the very end, he's chewing the apple and he goes, "So tell me, what became of me beloved Pearl?" And it's like, yay! Jeffrey Rush is back. Yay! He has no whimsy. That is Nova Crusader. Nova Crusader does indeed have no whimsy. But at the same time, that's something I love about Nova Crusader, is how serious he is. And one of my other favourite Barbossa-isms is, "Kill him, he's not our man." I love that line. "Drop the weapons, or we kill the man. Kill him, he's not our man." "No, we called him why thank ye, Jack." "You're welcome." "Not you, we named the monkey, Jack." Oh, have you got a knife? Better. I want one of those. I would give me left arm for a chance at Blackbeard. Not your right one? I need me good arm so I can draw my so I can... Oh shit, what does he say? I need me good arm so I can drive me poison blade through Blackbeard's heart. I need me good arm, chat. I need me good arm so I can drive me poison blade through Bint's heart. Or insert face anti here. Or whoever we don't like. Then whose is he? And then the and then the British come in, yeah. In the name of King George, I name this. Someone make a note of that man's bravery. Senorita, the chalices, or the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, which movie is it? Is it the third one? Or the fourth one? I forget. I think it's the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean movie. The fourth Pirates of the Caribbean movie is so fucking like good at what it's like. The Spanish are so hype in Pirates 4. I think it's 4. It could be 3. 4? Pirates 4. We're going Pirates 4. The Spanish in Pirates 4 are so fucking like aura farming and hype that it's like the one instance I'm ever rooting for the Spanish in a movie, and I'm English. The code is more guidelines than actual rules. Welcome aboard the Black Pearl, Miss Turner. Okay, for optional movie night, I'll watch Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, we should do a watch along. We should do a watch along of Event Horizon, guys, and twist everything into how Event Horizon is actually a 40k movie. Yeah, we're definitely going to do a part 3 of this stream, by the way, at this rate. But guys, Event Horizon is a 40k movie watch along. Hell yeah. They came across it. The Event Horizon went into the realm of Slanesh. That's why they had the murder rape orgy. Yeah, they went into the realm of Slanesh. They didn't have a Gellerfield, guys. Fucking rip Sam Neill as well. I fucking love Sam Neill. He's one of my favorite actors. Only watch the first? Can I watch the whole trilogy? You can. We can watch the whole trilogy together if you want, Magdalenius. Only the blood of God can grant immortality, not this pagan water. Men, tear down this heathen altar. It is the fourth. I thought so. Yeah. I remember. Oh yeah, I remember. It's the. Oh shit. Is it the second Pirates movie where they do the eunuch joke again and like they're on a. No, it can't be the second movie. It has to be the third one. Jack dies in the second movie. It's the second one with Davy Jones and the Kraken. Yeah, it must be the third Pirates movie actually, isn't it? Where he dies and he ends up in that weird island and he's got like the one peanut and he's like having a schizo episode. God, it's been so long since I've watched these movies. I've fucking forgotten what happens in which movie. Oh my god, but the fucking state of CGI these days. You go back to watch Davy Jones. And the CGI for Davy Jones is like better than anything that's ever come since. We're going fucking backwards. Oh, you know what else we should do a watch along of? We should do a watch along of the Underworld movies as well, and see fucking gorgeous Kate Beckinsale in that goth latex outfit and the trench coats and shit, looking absolutely divine as a pasty white vampire with the cyan blue vampire eyes. In the black latex. It's like, woof. I'm not much of a latex guy, but when Kate Beckinsale's wearing that shit, aruga, woof woof. Exactly, that's why the Gellerfield was invented. They learnt lessons from Event Horizon. Yeah, Event Horizon and the Mouth of Madness. Oh, that's a brilliant idea, actually. We'll do like a Giga watch along, where we'll watch some of Sam Neill's finest. Have I ever told you my favorite color is blue? Ah! That scene where he wakes up on the bus and starts screaming, that's what it's like to be British, right? That's me. Every day I wake up and remember that I live in the United Kingdom. It's like, have I ever told you my favorite country is England? And then I wake up and I'm like, oh! Dead Man's Chest, that's it. I keep thinking Dead Man's Chest in the first one, but it's not. The first one's called Curse of the Black Pearl. He dies at the end of 2, that's it, yeah. He got fucking betrayed by a bit of pussy, right? I've never understood why people held Keira Knightley as a sex symbol. Like, I guess it's supposed it's because I'm not a lolicon at the end of the day. But Keira Knightley is so flat. She's basically a lolly, quite frankly, right? So I don't understand. I don't understand why she was like the sex symbol of the early 2000s. She was an anorexic lolly woman. I like my woman with decent thighs, blonde hair, and at least perky tits. I was always more of a Jennifer Aniston dude. In fact, I still think Jennifer Aniston is still pretty fucking fine, despite the fact that she's like 84 now. Underworld feels like a movie I really need to see. You definitely need to see Underworld. Underworld is like, it's like a B movie Matrix, but made for like fucking nerds who like vampires and nerdy goth shit and stuff. It's like the performative goth kids if they made trying to make a Matrix movie. And it's not a very good movie, but at the same time you just fucking love it. It's just a really engaging movie. I've never done a watch along, so in terms of it being a stream or in Discords, I don't know. I don't even know how to really do a watch along, honestly. I don't understand how to do it. I just have to go and wait and figure out how to properly do a watch along. So I'll go and do that, and then we can have like a Sam Neill night. We can watch the Underworld series as well, maybe. And they all have what's his face, the old British guy. I really like his work. I've forgotten his name because of streamer brain. He's in Shaun of the Dead. He plays Victor in Underworld. He was in Hot Fuzz. He was in all those movies. He played the role of Davy Jones in Pirates 2. Oh, what was his name? Guys, you'll help me out. You'll tell me his name. What's his name again? The old man who gets bitten by the zombies in Shaun of the Dead. He's the chief inspector in Hot Fuzz. He's Victor in Underworld. He's Davy Jones. What's his fucking name? Oh my god, I can't believe I've forgotten his name. The corsets helped her. I can't breathe. Bill Nighy, that's it. How could I forget Bill Nighy? Thank you, Blind. Bill Nighy, that's his name, yeah. Bill Nighy is a terrific actor, by the way. I love the little snarl he does, and like the sarcastic quip he does in Hot Fuzz, where he goes, where Simon Pegg goes, with all due respect, sir, you can't just make people disappear. Yes, I can. I'm the chief inspector. The Edgar Wright movies are so brilliantly written, although I didn't really like The World's End. I thought The World's End was the weakest of the trilogy. We should do a watch along with that. We should do a watch along of the Cornetto trilogy as well, actually. I think that would be fun, particularly as most of you aren't English. That'd be fun. I think Hot Fuzz would be the most fun to do a watch along about, because I'm from the same kind of place as Hot Fuzz is set in. So Sandford, Gloucestershire isn't a real place, but I'm from the neighbouring county to Gloucestershire. I'm from Wiltshire, which is directly south of Wiltshire's directly south of Gloucestershire, and it's basically Bristol. Well, Bristol isn't a county. It's also in Wiltshire, but there's like a Bermuda Triangle of what's called the West Country in England, and the West Country is it's kind of like British Kentucky. It's all like rural farm people basically live in this Bermuda Triangle between Wiltshire and Gloucestershire. And so you've got like the people from like South Gloucestershire and people in all of Wiltshire, kind of all to the far left of Wiltshire, which is like kind of the Bristol area, in that kind of little Bermuda Triangle area. Rural farmers are all like, oh, bloody hell, who's this here then? Oh, we got Pascal Saucer. He's not from round here, is he? Oh, bloody hell, chat. I get up at 6 in the morning and I tend to my crops in my combine harvester. Bloody hell, I don't talk English properly, do I? I say properly. I don't say properly. I say properly. I really emphasize the R's in my language. It's like, oh, bloody hell, you're not from round here, are you? Right, and it's like in Hot Fuzz, or like Gerald from Clarkson's Farm, where he's like, what's he moaned about? Or you've got like Gerald from Clarkson's Farm, he's like, just yesterday I was going down to the edges and go do the beer, and it's basically like British Boomhauser, right? But Gerald needs subtitles, and that's the thing about Gerald and Clark's farm, is that I can understand every single word that Gerald says perfectly in Clark's farm, right? Because I'm from the area. It's like, to me, Gerald's speaking clear English to me, but I imagine for you guys, it's like, what the fuck is he saying? Oh, did it stop? Why did the music stop? No, the music didn't stop. It's just looping again. Oh god, I need a better playlist that isn't like slapped by copyright. Don't really know. Every music that says it's copyright though, copyright free isn't copyright free. Discord most likely. So your stream doesn't get nuked. Yeah, that's kind of the thing, right? It's like you just stream your body. You stream like your persona here, and you don't hear or see anything on stream. Is that's kind of how you do it, and then everything's done on Discord or something. I don't know. I have to ask Pascal Saucer and Nova Crusader how to do it, since they've done a lot of it. Do any of you sea mine? What on earth is that? Sea mine, sea mine. And where did you find this? Found it. He found it. Well, Mr. Webley, this is an extremely dangerous collection. I'm surprised no one got hurt before. No, just a load of old junk. Move, move, move. It's such a good movie, Hot Fuzz. Why did we bring the dog? It's not the dog we need. Heads as an head, only jumping down, just pointing. What's he moaning about? Right. What did he say? Only dropped down, what people moaning about? What did he say? He said an edge is an edge. He only chopped it down because it's pointy view. What's people moaning about? Right. Look, Mr. Webley, I appreciate your position, but you can't go. I appreciate your position, but you can't go around chopping people's hedges without permission. I suppose. Yes, I suppose. Thank you. All right. Mr. Webley, I trust you have a permission for that firearm. I do for this one. He does for this one. He does for this one. What do you mean by this one? So we'll just spend all day fucking quoting movies at this rate. If you guys hadn't have noticed already, between all the memes and shit that I make in the videos and this stream, I'm a major cinephile. All right, I am a major cinephile. I love my movies. Where are we? Okay, so here we go, boys. Okay, day one of the week. Day one of the week, we're going to be doing this is going to be cardio day, calisthenics day, stretching day. All right. So on Monday, particularly if you're a new guy, if you're a beginner, I want you to spend about 40 minutes doing a walk. Just walking for 40 minutes, nothing fancy. I want you to walk 40 minutes, guys. Whatever time of the day best suits you. I tend to enjoy my walking. I tend to enjoy my 40-minute walk or whatever just before I go to bed, because it's very late at night. There's not many people out and about, and it's relatively safe. If you live in a dangerous area, obviously go when it's safe for you. Don't go out at night and get yourself mugged and stabbed and fucking raped or whatever happens near you, right? But distance doesn't matter. Just walk for 40 minutes, right? Just walk for 40 minutes. And what I want you to do as well is, when you're going on for that walk, I want you to kind of use it as an opportunity to detox. Use it as an opportunity to not really switch off. But when you're going for your 40-minute walk, yeah, we're definitely doing a part 3. Fuck, I'm already peaking and getting tired. But when you're going out for your walk, guys, I want you to just think. I want you to just think introspectively, okay? Just focus on what's going on in your life. I want you to think about where you are, where you've come from, how much you've developed, where you've come from in your life, what you've been through. And I want you to think about where you are, who you are, what you're doing currently, where you are in life. Are you satisfied with where you are in life right now? Are you feeling comfortable? Is there anything you want to do? How are you feeling right now? Are you happy with yourself, sad with yourself? You know, why? What's going on? So you think about where you are now, whilst you're going out for your walk. And then kind of towards the end of your walk, I want you to then think about, after you're thinking about musing where you are now, I want you to then think about where you would like to be if you are unsatisfied with where you are right now. Okay, so we're spending that time through the walks, some man time to yourself. You're going to think about all the things you've accomplished in life, how your life has been up to this point. We're then going to determine what we're going to think about what we would have done, what we could have done better if we had an opportunity to go back, where we're unhappy, what we would like to achieve, and then we're going to think about how moving forwards we're going to get there. Okay, and that's going to be one of the core pillars of something I'll introduce later, called self-actualization, where we find a kind of inner peace and inner realization and use that to help give us the motivation and the discipline to accomplish what we want in life in a more healthy and constructive way that is realistically going to help you get there, rather than, God bless him, Shia LaBeouf's attempt to motivate men by just screaming "just do it" and doing some weird squat where he looks like his balls have dropped off. Okay, and again, this music's pissing me off. Actually, let's find some more decent music in the back to play in the background. Hang on, I'm really not vibing with the music right now. We must fix this. I don't want to find copyright music if possible, but we might have to do copyright music because I'm just not feeling anything, quite frankly. Oh, hang on, what's in this playlist? Oh, yeah, okay, let's do this. We'll do this. Lord of the Rings music. I'll timestamp this stream as well, actually. Did I timestamp? Yeah, did I timestamp the last stream? I'll timestamp this stream so you can get to it quicker. The misty mountains cold, through dungeons deep and caverns old. Great. If there's one good thing that came from the Hobbit, sorry, not the Hobbit, it's Misty Mountains Cold. Find our long forgotten goals. Oh, great song. Where was I? Yeah, so Monday, guys, cardio day, calisthenics day, stretching day, a day where you just go out for a run, you go out for a walk, and you just think to yourself, bit of introspection. You got no bitch in your ear pissing you off. You got no fucking internet autismos blackpilling you. You've got no fucking Foyd pretending that she cares about you and that she loves you and definitely isn't just trying to part you from your money. This is a day that you're going to spend some time trying to get healthy mentally as well as physically. Okay, get away from the screens, get away from it all, get away from the back-breaking fucking labor, the misery, the pain, the suffering of lifting weights. Just a nice run, walk when you're in the zone with your thoughts to yourself. Being by yourself. Sometimes when you're a guy, sometimes you don't need a buddy, you don't need a friend, you don't need reassurance. Sometimes a motherfucker just needs to be left alone with his own thoughts, right? Oh, I love this song as well. King Beneath the Mountain. The king beneath the mountain. Oh my god, some great music. Oh, you know what, actually, yeah, after this song, let's put Fellowship of the Ring soundtrack on in the background. Fellowship of the Ring soundtrack. There we go. We'll prep ourselves to play that in the background. Sometimes you just need some time to yourself. Yeah, the Hobbit cartoon was better as well. I'm fucking the Hobbit book is the best iteration of the Hobbit, quite frankly. But here it comes. Hang on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The mountain, the king of carven stone, the lord of silver fountains shall come into his own. His crown shall be upholden, his cup shall be restrung. This is my favorite part. His hall shall echo golden, songs of yore sung. They don't make soundtracks like that anymore, boys. Now we've got boomer, now we've got millennial slop. But this is some nice manly music here that really puts you in the mood, puts you in that headspace, puts you in the world of high fantasy. I fucking love it. Let me winks in a magical journey. Let me winks. You must travel through the gay man's ass and find the gerbil king. This is your last chance, Lemmy Winks. If you do not, you will surely die. I fucking... don't get me started on how good classic fucking random ass Old South Park was. Lemmy Winks, Lemmy Winks, Lemmy Winks. Well done, Lemmy Winks. I now name you... Actually, does Lemmy Winks become the gerbil king? He's not finding the gerbil king. Does he become the gerbil king? You are now the gerbil king. So boys, Monday, sorry again to get back on track again. Monday, boys, cardio, your stretches, your calisthenics. This is when you're doing your cobra poses, your glute bridges, your leg stretches, back stretches, you know, stretch your body out, get yourself nice and limber. Do your cardio, do some running. Also, if you have the energy, if you have the time, I also do swimming on Monday. So I do about 40 minutes of walking at least, or more like a 40-minute jog on a Monday. And for me, a 40-minute jog is normally about somewhere between 3.5 to like 4 miles for me. For you, it might be a mile or two. That's fine, at your own pace. As long as it's 40 minutes of decent exercise, you'll be gaming. And then what I like to do as well is I do about 30 minutes of swimming on the Monday on top of that as well. Again, just best effort swimming until you're exhausted, or whenever those 30 minutes are up. Might be a bit too much for you to begin with. One thing I want to stress as well, if you are starting from scratch, don't push yourself too hard. If your feet are hurting, if you're feeling weird, if your bones are hurting, if you're too tired, if you're really sore, that's fine, right? Like, you are going to have to be, at some point, you're going to have to stop being a bit of a bitch and work through the pain, work through the soreness and the tightness, but it will gradually get easier. You will gradually recover quicker. Your body will become adjusted to your routine. When you go from doing no exercise to working yourself hard, you know, your body is screaming at you to stop because it's not used to doing that stuff. So if you are too sore to lift, if you go to the gym that you seriously will not be able to do even one complete set, it's fine to take like a day off to like recover, and then you do it the day afterwards and build that tolerance up so that you can exercise on a regular basis, routine, daily. And one thing I mentioned as well is that at some point, even when you do become an advanced lifter, an advanced athletic dude, is you'll need to just take a week off anyway. You might hit a plateau and you might feel tired or run down all the time. You might even feel completely fine, but you might find yourself plateauing where you're not really getting any better. You're not developing. And it might be because you might just need a period of just complete, like a week off entirely, and just give your muscles more time to rest and relax. And then what will happen is you don't need to worry. Just taking a week off after like spending weeks and months doing hard exercise consistently, you're not going to lose any muscle. In fact, that time that you spend having a longer period away resting your body, you will actually come back stronger. You will actually continue building muscle, get fitter, build your cardiovascular base up and your muscle gain up, despite the fact you spent a week off. So that's the thing. It is important at times to spend more time resting. Again, and everybody's body is different. For me, I tend to go 2 months straight, really hard, giggity, and then I'll take a week off where I do nothing, and then I'll go back to 2 months and I'll take a week off. You know, you will obviously know your body better than me. I don't know anything about your body. I don't know how your body reacts to certain stimuli. So, I mean, again, it just comes with experience and you'll figure it out eventually. What's this? I nearly started watching Lord of the Rings, fucking the movie. On the stream there for a second, have the literal movie on in the background. No, let's not do that. Let's have the it's the Fellowship soundtrack. Only 1 hour long. What the fuck? That can't be right. Oh no, I must be thinking of the entire soundtrack is 3 hours long, isn't it? Yeah, 3 hours long is the entire soundtrack. Oh my god, where's the... Okay, let's not do the Fellowship soundtrack. Let's just do the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. That should give us... we probably won't finish the stream by the time we do the entire Ost of Lord of the Rings, but I think by the time the Lord of the Rings soundtrack's finished, that'll probably be a good time to stop, basically. Right. Okay, here we go. Lord of the Rings soundtrack. Let's start from the beginning. Here we go. What's the first song on the Lord of the Rings soundtrack then? The Prophecy. Okay.
Stupid fat Herbertsons. Oh, we hate him, precious. We hate him. Call him. Patience, my love. Patience, my love. We will kill him. We will take it from him, my love. Be careful. The fat one suspects us, precious.
What's up? Oh my god, I've got Nitty stream on in the background still as well. Where's the stream gone? Where have you guys gone? Where are you? I've lost you. There you are, I found you. I think some people here have never heard me do the impressions before. Imagine my impressions sound a million times better when I'm not dehydrated as fuck as well. The more dehydrated and hot I am, the more I lisp, the more I struggle to fucking speak. Can you do Brad Dourif from Exorcist 3? It's been so long since I've seen Exorcist 3, I can't remember what he sounds like. But I could do Chucky, Brad Dourif. Hey, what are you doing, you stupid bitch, you fucking whore? I'll fucking kill you! That's just me being angry at a void, actually. That's not really Brad Dourif. Actually, was that Stephen Dourif? I get Stephen Brad Dourif confused. I think that's Brad Dourif, isn't it? We also got Brad Dourif. I'm pretty sure it's Brad Dourif as Screamer Wormtongue as well. What sorcery? Bring down walls. But my lord, there is no such number. Wait, no. What is that? He says, "Oh, no one has ever been able to breach Helm's Deep. We would need an army, we would need an army thousands strong, tens of thousands. But my lord, there is no such number." A new power is rising. The age of man is over. To war! What's our day 2 slide? A more evolved workout here. Okay, so yeah, boys. During your Monday, that's where you get your cardio in, you get your walking in, get your streaming in, get your swimming in, streaming as well if you want to be a streamer. Beat yourself, get your back nice and limber, get your stretching, lots of cardio, lots of introspection time. Feel healthy in body and in mind as well, right? Get lost in your thoughts, get rid of that anterior tilt, fix your posture, stop your shrimp neck, stop your nerd necking, get rid of your anterior pelvic tilt, look like an actual human being and not some kind of disgusting shrimp creature, not like the shrimp man from Smiling Friends, voiced by David Firth, who we should do a David Firth watch along as well. We could probably do a David Firth cartoon watch along on stream, because obviously that would then count as a watch along at that point. That would count as a react video rather than a legal watch along. And hopefully David Firth himself will see that I will see from his copyright notifications that I'm watching his video, and he will pop in to say hello, because I should ask David Firth actually to see if he'd be up for an interview. I fucking love Burnt Face Man. Burnt Face Man is my Burnt Face Man and Salad Fingers. Classic YouTube, classic Flash back in the day. Hello, I like to touch rusty spoons. Take that, crime, you shit. Haha, that's not really crime. That was just a box of crime written on it. You burnt shit, gay face. Now, the Americans don't understand what the fuck I'm talking about with Burnt Face Man, because it's a very British cartoon. Oh, we've got the Shire. There and back again. A journey by Bilbo Baggins. Okay, boys, Tuesday. On Tuesday, this is going to be the first intense day of the week where we're really going to start lifting weights and doing the muscly boy work, all right? So, I would call Tuesday front day, right? We're not going to do leg day. We're not going to do upper body day or whatever. We're going to do front day and back day. So I want you to imagine Tuesday is front day, okay? We're doing front day. So on front day, we're going to do our core and we're going to do our arms. We're going to do stomach crunches at the gym. Again, best effort. Lift the weight that you can comfortably do reps in. Do as many sets as you can do until you reach failure. Stomach crunches, build the core strength, makes it easy to do sit-ups later on the Monday and the Friday where we do the cardio stretching days. In addition to stomach crunches, we're going to do leg raises. You can either do hanging leg raises or you can do the bench leg raises, whichever you find easier, whatever you have access to. Again, dead simple. I mean, we're going to blitz through the stream at this point now, actually, because I can't really emphasize. I can't really go expand much more on this because I'm literally just telling you do these exercises, use these machines. So yeah, bench leg raises, hanging leg raises, excellent workout. Get your hamstrings nice and fat and beefy. Again, depending on technique, if you are struggling, you might activate your calves as well and make your calves strong accidentally whilst you're doing it. I activate my calves as well when using the wait, hang on a minute. Sorry, wrong way around, Maulington. Wrong way around. We're not doing the back of the legs, we're doing the front of the legs. Today's front day. Sorry, my bad. Hang on. Let me say that again. The leg we're lifting the weights up, not dragging them down with our heels. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Up. So quadriceps. We're doing your quadricep muscles, not your hamstring muscles. All right. Get yourself some nice big fat beefy front leg muscles. Looks absolutely preem when you sit down. When I sit, I am guilty of doing the Christian Bale in Psycho thing, where when I'm sat down and like lifting weights, I check my own legs out, the front of my own legs out, because I've got some nice big fat beefy muscles surrounding my knees and surrounding my quadriceps, and it looks great in my opinion. So boys, you do that exercise on a regular basis. You gradually lift the weights by about 5 to 7.5 pounds. Once it feels a bit too easy, get yourself some nice big fat sexy muscly legs, all right? And you feel really good about yourself, all right? And then in terms of your bicep strength, my biceps are my most prized. My biceps on my shoulders are my most prized muscles, all right? I've got big fat beefy shoulder muscles, well, trapezoids to be exact. And I've got big fat fucking biceps, as you've probably seen, as I showed earlier in the stream, right? So biceps, extremely important to me. What I do, as I do dumbbell curls, I don't really spend much time at all. With barbells, I just do dumbbell curls for the most part. And the way I do my dumbbell curls, every day I'm doing the dumbbell curls, is I'll do 2 sets at hypertrophy. So I'll do 2 sets of anywhere from 8 to 10 with the maximum amount of weight that I can comfortably do the technique in a slow and controlled manner. And again, the whole point of hypertrophy is that because you're lifting such heavy weights, you're meant to do a lower volume anyway. So if you can do 1 set of 6, that's good enough. You'll eventually build up the tolerance and strength to do more. Okay. And then once I do 2 sets at hypertrophy levels, and then my final set, the third and final set, I do no more than 3 sets of dumbbell curls. My third set, I'll then do the volume training. So then I'll cut the weight by 50%. I might cut, so if I'm lifting, for example, if I'm lifting something like 75 pounds in the curl, then I'll cut down to 37.5 pounds. And then I'll try to do 1 final set. I'll try to get to 12. I very rarely get to 12, but I'll try to reach 12 of the lower intensity, higher volume set. I normally collapse at 10. And then there you go. My arms will be dead somewhere between 8 to 10 reps of the lighter, higher volume set. And then there we go. Your arms will be fucked. Good day's workout right there. That's your biceps done for the day already. But we're not going to stop the biceps there. We're going to have more bicep exercises on this day because it is front day. And there'll be more bicep activating exercises that we're going to do. But it's important to remember is that when you're doing front day, when you're doing this routine I've got here, remember to make sure that you do the machines or the exercises in a way that you're giving the muscle groups time to relax between each machine. So what I mean by that is that if you're just done destroying your biceps on the curls, don't immediately go to the row machine or whatever, because the rows also really heavily use your biceps. Same with the chest fly. The chest fly will really activate your biceps as well. So if you go straight from arm killer bicep curls to chest fly, you're not going to get much of a good workout on the chest fly machine because you're going to be too weak and vulnerable. Indeed, you might even want to leave the bicep curls to last. But the problem is with leaving the bicep curls to last is that you then may be too weak from your previous exercises to really push your biceps as hard as you can. You might reach muscle exhaustion before you can really push your biceps and do that hypertrophy. So I do prefer to go bicep. I do prefer curls first, no matter what I do. And of course, warming up is always really important as well, so you don't do a muscle tear or hurt yourself. But I would always recommend, personally, hypertrophy, bicep curls first, and then all other bicep exercises sprinkled between the division of labor will do as the day goes by. So, yep, dumbbell curls. Make sure make sure you're doing slow negatives, so it's slow bringing up and you're slow bringing it back down again. And make sure that you're not cheating and doing any form of swinging. Make sure you're not letting your shoulder muscles do the work. You'll be very tempted, particularly when you're lifting heavy weights, to let your shoulders droop forward, or maybe bring your shoulders back. Maybe let your back, let your spine, let your hips, let your lower body help you lift those weights up when you're struggling. Again, if you need to put your shoulders into it, if it's your shoulders doing the work, if you need to bend yourself backwards, if you need to like bring your hip back, get on your tiptoes to help you leverage the momentum to swing those weights up, right? You're cheating. You're not giving yourself anything. It's pointless. You may as well stop and go to your resting phase. So once we've done the dumbbell curls and we've done the stomach crunches, next thing to do, go to chest, go to shoulders. Again, start with the bicep curls, guys. Then go to stomach crunches, give those arms a rest. Then you can either go to the shoulder press if you need a little bit more time to recover your arms, or you can begin right away on the chest fly. So if you go down the route of shoulder press, again, usual thing, do the shoulder press, lift the weights up, keep your arms nice and tucked by your sides. You should try to keep your elbows and keep your arms as closely tucked to your sides as possible. Don't chicken wing right out, because then you put the pressure on your shoulders. You're going to do yourself an injury, break your shoulders, and you're also not doing the exercise right either. Your elbows should be as close as to your body as possible. And then when you do the chest press, you'll be feeling it in your triceps, as well as you might feel a little bit, you'll feel a little bit in the, sorry, it's not chest press, shoulder press, sorry. You'll be feeling it in the triceps, but you should mostly be feeling it in the upper shoulders, right? You shouldn't be feeling it in the biceps or anywhere else. And then once we've done the shoulder press, we'll be moving on to the chest fly. At that point, we'll be doing some chest exercises. So you should know what the chest fly is. It's pretty straightforward. You got your arms out wide to your sides, and then you've got two handles, and then you bring it in towards you. You jut your back out. You kind of, how do I describe the posture? When you do the chest fly, you bring your shoulders up, you bring your chest forward, puff your chest out, and you bring your back, you curve your back, you kind of like curve your back as well a bit at the same time. So activate your core, activate your stomach, bring your chest out, keep your head up, shoulders nice and back. You've got your arms at your side, and then you bring those two handles towards you, and you squeeze your chest as hard as you can as you bring those two handles close towards you and in front of you. And you want to keep your arms as closely tight against your chest as you can when you're doing the chest fly. If you don't feel any stretching, if you don't feel any pressure on your chest, then it might be because the weight that you're using on your chest fly are too heavy. If your fly weights are too heavy, what will happen is you will allow your biceps and your shoulders to do all of the work for you, and none of your chest. So sometimes if you're struggling to feel the stretch, the burn, the muscle groups being used in any weight, doesn't matter, any weight group, any muscle group, if you're not feeling it in the muscle group, it might be because you're lifting too heavy. You're lifting too heavy too early. Try going down a weight or two and then seeing if you can finally feel that muscle group being targeted. You might have to do an entire set first, but I guarantee you is that if you are indeed lifting too lightly, then you won't feel anything after 2 sets. If you are lifting too heavy, after 1 set of a lighter weight, if you're feeling sore, that means you've been lifting too heavy, and that you just needed a little bit more time on that lower weight set to properly feel it, right? But yeah, we're going to do the chest fly. Make sure you're not lifting too heavy, so you're activating your chest, not your shoulders, not your biceps. And one thing as well, one little hint I want to give you, one little trick that you might not know with a chest fly machine, okay, is try to use the chest fly machine, try to make the handle's default position as far back as you can stretch your arms. The more I can't get my fucking words out, the further back behind you the handles are in their default position, the more pressure, the more decline, the more opposite reaction you'll get on your chest. Therefore, the more stretch you'll get, the more effective the exercise will be. If you have the handles directly opposite you, or even a little bit in front of you, I think it's called reduction. You're not getting much in the way of reductive movement. But if you put a lot of effort into the forwards momentum, that is curving those handles inwards and towards your chest, and then the further you then reduct that movement and bring those weights back behind you again, as far back as you can go, you're basically double dipping the exercise. Both of these exercises will be killing your chest. And what you'll find is that the going backwards will kill your chest more than moving it forwards, right? So the reductive movement, the negative movement of the chest fly is actually better than the forward motion of doing the chest fly. And then the other little tip I want to give you as well about doing the chest fly machine is, after you've done a bunch of chest flies using both handles to bring it forwards, one thing I want to try you doing is use one handle at a time. So let's say, okay, you're sat there. I want you to just grab the left handle on its own. And then what I want you to do with the left handle is I want you to then to bring it all the way over to the front, like you're doing a normal chest fly. But then I want you to keep going to the far right side as far as you can reasonably drag it. And then what you will find, kind of like you're using your left hand to wrap a blanket around yourself over the right side of yourself, right? So you grab the handle on the left side, you bring it forwards towards yourself like you're doing a normal chest fly, and then you don't stop going. You curl it right back around the front of your torso towards the right side of your body. And what you'll find when you do this, particularly after you've already done about 2 sets of chest flies, is you will fucking murder the absolute shit out of your chest, out of that left pectoral muscle when you do that. And it'll be a nice, perfect, even stretch that will cover the entirety of that muscle. If you are missing any part of your chest during the regular fly motion, when you drag the handle over the front of you and wrap it around to the right like that, oh my god, it fucking kills like a motherfucker. But my god, you will definitely feel it. You will be feeling it now, Mr. Krabs, when you do that. So do at least 1 set of that, do 2 sets of that, do the left side first, or do it one at a time. But bring your left side, bring it all over all the way to the right as far as it will go. Murder your left pectoral muscle. After you do your set there, do the same again for the right. Bring the right over to the left. Murder your fucking right pectoral muscle with that stretching motion. Have a rest, the rest of about a minute. Do it one more time. So I normally try to do 4 sets of the chest fly, 2 sets of regular flies, 2 sets of one at a time. Bring it all the way over across my body, murdering the fucking pecs as you're doing so. Hi, Sean. How's it going, buddy? What is a chest fly? So the chest fly is the... Actually, hang on. I mean, you could actually Google it yourself, I suppose, but let me bring it up on stream. Chest fly. Here we go. Open image, a new tab. This is a chest fly right here. So this is your hands around here with the handlebars. You can adjust the shape. You can adjust the position of these handles at the top here. What you do is you slot this. You can slot this further forwards to keep the handles at a default position further forwards. You can bring it back so that your arms are a more depressed, declined position. And then what you do is you literally just bring your arms forward directly in front of your chest. Bring these arms in. Your arms are outstretched forward still. And then the muscle group, you should be squeezing your pectoral muscles as you do this. That's what the chest fly is. And then basically what you can do as well, as I was talking about earlier, is that you slot the machine in, you slot this in, so it goes actually behind you. It goes further behind you than what you see in this diagram here. And then what you do is you just bring one at a time, bring it over, So it crosses your pectoral muscle, and you're almost like trying to jam this handle into the other pectoral muscle as much as you can. And then what will happen is you will feel it. It will be excruciating. You will feel an extraordinary stretch and an incredible amount of pain, literally right about here, kind of right this little section right here is where you'll feel it. And then as you gradually bring it more and more to the point you get over here, you're almost at the side of the other pectoral muscle. At that point, the stretch will perfectly encompass the entire pec right here. But the emphasis on doing the one at a time, bringing over, will put more emphasis on kind of the side. It will do more of the lower. No, sorry, not. Hang on. Let me feel it myself. Yeah. So when you bring it over across you like that, you will feel it more in the upper and middle pectoral areas. So about here, but above the nipple. And then when you do the regular chest fly, you'll feel that more in the middle to lower area of the pectoral muscle. So again, you've got a nice complete profile with your chest exercises when you do these two variations of the chest fly. What you might find with your technique, again, depending on where you're sat as well, your seating position will affect what muscle groups are being affected. The lower down you are relative to the handles, the higher up you'll feel it in your chest. The higher up you are, the lower your muscle groups will be, that will be activated. The problem is, again, though, is that if you're too low, if you're too high, then what might happen is that you might be using the wrong muscle groups. Same thing when you're too low down, you might be using your shoulders more than your chest because of your position. So you need to find a nice perfect position where the handles, when you grip them, are slightly below shoulder like this, right? It's really important that you have your arms in the right position. You don't want these too high or too low. About this position is perfect. Works with dumbbells as well, exactly. Doing an incline dumbbell thingy bob. I forget the name of it, but you can also do it with dumbbells. You don't have to use the machine. Get on a bench, get some dumbbells, do the exact same exercise. Bring the dumbbells, towards you. You lift them up, you bring them back down again, almost like you're trying to form an X with the dumbbells, kind of. But the problem is if you try to do the dumbbell exercise on the bench, you're at risk of dropping those dumbbells on your head and killing yourself, or you might not have the strength. You might not have the strength in your arm muscle stabilizers to even do that motion. The great thing about the chest fly versus the incline dumbbell press, the incline dumbbell press, whatever the fuck it's called, I forget the name of it, is that requires strong stabilizer muscles in your arms. Otherwise, what you might find is that you try to lift those dumbbells up and your arms are wobbling like a madman because your forearms are weak, your stabilizers are weak, and you can't even fucking lift those dumbbells above you. Whereas it's much easier to do so with a chest fly because the machine is stabilizing those weights for you, right? Dumbbell bench press, I think, might be the name of it. It might be called like an incline dumbbell bench press. Hey, clobbering time. How's it going, buddy? Doing the chicken legs. From my experience, it's a good idea to get a spotter when you're doing butterfly curls to make sure you're using proper technique. Yeah, if you're struggling to begin with, if you're not familiar with any technique, it's always good to either get a spotter or ask or get like maybe just one lesson, a couple lessons with your gym's personal trainer. I know they're very expensive. I don't have personal trainer assistance, but there are times where I'm like haven't been certain about my technique, so I've like paid for a day of personal training at the gym just so I could get the instructor, man, woman, whatever, to just ensure that I'm doing the technique right. And then at that point, I'm like, yeah, fuck off. I don't need any more lessons now. I know you've taught me everything I need to know. I know the technique now. I know the posture I should be doing. I don't need you anymore now. I'll go back to doing my own thing. Thank you. Right. But yeah, do the thing. Make sure someone's looking at your technique, gives you the okay, so that you know what the right thing feels like and looks like. All right. Yeah, that stabilization is why I recommend dumbbells. Yeah, that's one thing. You might need to spend some time stabilizing muscles. Talking about machines, eh? Yeah, unfortunately, not everybody's favorite machine, like Arena Machina. But we are talking about machines. We're talking about working out and dieting. Hang on. Let me have another cola bottle. Obviously, this is normally past the point where I don't eat anymore and I fast for the day. But because of today's stream, today is my hybrid cheat day. So this is the low calorie cheat day. And tomorrow will be my full cheat day. And then it's back to chicken and pasta on Monday. Sunday even, sorry. So yeah, I need the cola bottles right now. Because I haven't had dinner, I had nothing to eat because I had to prepare for stream. So I've basically spent the entire day, including a run and swim session, on about 450 calories. So I'm not feeling the best right now. I'm feeling a bit low on sugar and energy. Okay, so that's your core and arms discussed. That's your chest and shoulders done now as well. And then to finish off, we're going to do the rowing machine. So there's many different variations of a rowing machine. Either one is fine. The one where the cable rowing machine works just fine. Or you can use the one that kind of looks like a kind of like tractor's gear, where it's like a giant stick. It's like 2 giant sticks that you have to pull back as well. Either one, I would say, is like an S tier back exercise. So again, don't forget your arms will be blasted by all the exercises you've done beforehand. Again, make sure that you're feeling it in your back. Keep your shoulders down, keep your shoulders nice and straight, keep them down, make sure you're doing the proper technique. Make sure you're feeling it in your back. If you're not feeling your back and only your biceps being activated by the rowing machine, maybe put the weights down a little bit, then you'll start feeling it. And again, you're meant to feel the rowing machine in your biceps as well as your back. The rowing machines activate both muscle groups. So don't be concerned if you are feeling a sting or a burn in your biceps. That's normal. Just make sure you're feeling it in your back as well. I don't normally refer to ladies as such. No, we're a bit misogynistic in this channel. We refer to women as voids. Alright. Yeah, so guys, we are almost done. Funny enough, we're actually almost done with gym technique already, because basically everything I want you to do each week is basically just alternating front day and back day with some and cardio day, but we're going to alternate them. So I'm just going to finish here. I'm going to talk to you about back day, and then I'm basically just going to tell you a good regime for the week, my schedule, a good schedule I find to get yourself nice and fit. Okay, so Wednesday is the first day of back day. So what is back day? We're going to do your back, obviously. We're going to do your triceps, we're going to work the glutes, and we're going to work the legs, mainly those hamstring areas and the calves as well. We're going to do and what we're going to kind of do is we're going to do squats as well. And we're going to do a lot of pulling motions. We're going to do a lot of push downs and pull downs as well. Dips are great as well for your muscles. If you manage to stabilize yourself, if you have the strength to do dips, those are great as well. Great for your shoulders, dips. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do press and push down. So we're going to use the chest press, which is different from the chest fly. So the difference between the chest fly and the chest press is that with the chest press, as the name suggests, you are basically it's basically like, imagine motorcycle handlebars. So you've got a bunch of handlebars in front of you, and you're basically just pushing it forwards and together whilst squeezing your muscles. And then the motion you should be feeling is you should be feeling it in your chest when you're pushing it forwards. You should be feeling it a little bit in your upper shoulder muscles as well. And then when you slowly bring those handlebars back towards you again, you should be feeling it really strongly in your triceps. So it's a double exercise. You're doing your chest, you're doing your triceps, a bit in the shoulders as well. The kind of shoulder area directly above your pectoral muscles, those front shoulder muscles that I forget the name of. Okay, great exercise, the chest machine. Between the chest press and the chest fly, your chest muscles will fucking hate you, but they'll feel fantastic, right? Like I'm at the point now where I can basically do push-ups with my fucking chest muscles pretty much. And being able to like push yourself off the surfaces with just your chest muscles is a fucking phenomenal, it's just a funny, phenomenal thing to feel. They do work great. So don't feel like you have to do barbell or like bench dumbbell exercises for strong chest. I would say that doing chest exercises on the bench are the S tier. They are the best ways of building chest muscle. But the chest fly and the chest press are at least A tier exercises still. They are a great way to build chest muscle. The problem you'll find with building chest muscles is that they'll be one of the slowest groups and hardest groups to train to look like they do in the movies with like Arnold Schwarzenegger and stuff, right? It will take you, I'm not gonna lie to you, it will probably take you over a year and a half to get pretty decent looking chest muscles. That's the way it is, unfortunately. They take ages of consistent training. They are stubborn fuckers. And to some extent, it is also affected by genetics as well. Some people are genetically predisposed, are genetically dispossessed to having slow chest growth as well. But I don't believe anybody is genetically like disposed to not having chest muscles and having gynae. I'm pretty sure if every guy tried hard enough, he would get those big Johnny Bravo pecs at some point. That's the word for girl racist. I forgot. Yeah, they do take a while to show. Yeah, exactly. And in terms of doing the chest press, again, you can do a chest press kind of on the cable machine as well. I hate the cable machine personally. I don't like using it. I don't like using the cables. And even if I did like using the cables, they're never fucking available in my gym anyway. So yeah, I'm a cable free guy. And then another exercise we're going to do during back day is we're going to be doing tricep push downs. Again, there's a machine that you can use to push the weights down, the tricep push downs, or you can do the proper technique on the cables once again and kind of do the tricep push downs there. So as the name suggests, what you're basically doing is, in the case of the tricep push down machine, you've got the kind of, again, you've got like handles either side of you, but beneath you, kind of hip level. And what you're doing is you're literally just putting your hand on top of these handles at waist length, and then you're just pushing those weights directly downwards. Making sure again to keep your triceps, keep your arms as straight and as close to your body as possible, and you'll be feeling it in that muscle group, kind of directly below the. Well, I guess it depends on how you perceive it, really. Directly above the elbow. Right, you should be feeling a gradual burn, a gradual targeting of the muscles, your triceps directly above the elbow. If you're not feeling it, once again, if you're not feeling your triceps being activated, you might be lifting too heavy once again, and your shoulders might be doing most of the work. So one thing to remember with chest, tricep, any exercise, remember to always keep your shoulders down and keep them back. You shouldn't be leaning forwards. You shouldn't have your shoulders drooped forwards. They should always be back and against the seat, right? Remember that at all times. If your arms are drooping, if your shoulders are drooping forwards, they're picking up the slack. You might hurt yourself as well. Again, you might get a nice workout on your shoulders, but we are not here to work out the shoulders. We are here to work out chest and triceps, right? So we've done the triceps, we've done the chest, given our chest and triceps a nice workout. Then we're going to move on to the we're going to move on to the hips, and we're going to move on to the glutes. Excuse me, as well. So I use both so it's one machine if your gym has one. So there's two exercises. There's hip adductor and then there's hip abduction. And these two exercises are on the same machine, but they target different muscle groups. So the hip, I forget which way around it is now. So the hip abductor machine is targeting your glutes. So the hip abductor is this image right above me, right? So you can see that the pads here, these weighted pads, right? These are on the outside of your leg. And basically what you're doing is keeping your back nice and flat, leaning back against the stool, is what you basically want to do is keeping your feet flat on a pedal, which you can't quite see in this image here, is you're basically going to be pushing these two weighted paddles outwards as wide as you can, okay? And you're going to be squeezing your glutes as you do this. You're going to be pushing your knees out, keeping your butt glued to the seat. You're going to be squeezing your glutes, pushing these pads outwards, and what you're going to be feeling is a nice, heavy, deep stretch in your ass. And again, there's two ways you can do this exercise. You can either lift, again, kind of like with bicep curls, you can either lift heavy and then do a rapid amount of sets. So you can either do like, you can either hold the weighted pads at a heavy weight and try to go as wide as you can and then hold it for a second or two, or you can go for something really heavy and instead just hold it in one position. So instead of like doing lots of sets, doing lots of repetitions of pushing the pads out and then bringing them back in again, basically separate the pads out, lifting as heavy as a weight as you can, and then just hold it there, and then trying to hold those weights outwards as much as you can will also, you'll start to gradually feel the burn. You will start to feel your glute muscles start to weaken that way. I like to mix it up and match. I tend to do 4 sets with the hip abductor. So I do 1 set where I'm like doing little mini, where I'm like holding it for a second, I'm going wide, holding it for a second, bringing it back in, wide again, holding it for a second. I do 1 set like that, and then the second set I'll lift my legs out and hold that position for as long as I can before my glutes, my legs, my knees get too weak, that just through sheer force of the weights, I go back to my legs being straight, rest, next set, again, little flutter 1 second holds, rest, final set, once again, try to hold these weights out for as long as I reasonably can. And some tricks you can do with the hip abductor machine to target certain areas of your glute better and to increase its difficulty without raising the weights is the further you sit forwards, the more pressure you'll be putting on your glutes. Okay, so if you really want to test yourself, if you really want to give your ass a pounding in a non-gay way, sit further forwards. All right, sit up perfectly straight instead of lying down on the bench will increase the pressure. Lean forwards and like hold the weight machine in front of you. If it's in front of you, it could be to the side of you, mine's in front of you, but the further forwards you lean, the more your ass gets targeted. The deeper the stretch, the better the workout, the stronger you'll get quicker, right? That's how we do things. And then once we've done the hip abductor, we're going to move to the hip adductor. So what's the hip abductor? The complete opposite motion. So instead of having the pads on the outside of your legs, what you're going to do is you're going to turn those pads the other way, and you might have to adjust the pads as well. But basically now, instead of being on the outside of your legs, those pads are going to be on the inside of your legs, hugging the inside of your thigh. And instead of pushing outwards, you're going to be squeezing them. You're going to be squeezing the padded machines inwards. So again, if you've got really tight hips, if you've got a really tight lower body, you might struggle on the machine at first to get your hips out nice and wide to do either one of these motions, abduction or adduction. But at first, you find a pad length where you can slot those pads in on your inner thigh. The wider, the better. The wider motion you can do with the abductor, the more you work your glutes out. The wider that you start from with the adduction, again, it stretches your legs out, it stretches your pelvis out nice and good, right? It really helps your pelvis tightness. But again, the more effort that will be required to push those weights inwards, and then that way the better workout you'll get for your inner leg muscles. So imagine the opposite motion here. You're going to be having your pads on the inside of you, your legs are going to be wider. I want you to basically imagine like you're opening up your legs, like you're some kind of fancy whore, basically. That's like the default position of adductor. I want you guys to imagine that you're Bow the Whale and that you're about to make a new video for your fansly, all right? So, sorry, that's a bit mean, it's a bit harsh, but topical. Get your legs out nice and wide like you're about to receive it, okay? Pads on the inside of your legs, and then what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze these pads together until you can bring your legs as close together as you can, right? So imagine you're squeezing a watermelon. Imagine you're squeezing something in between your legs and trying to crush it with your femboy thighs or whatever. That's what this motion is, right? You're basically bringing weights, you're using your legs to squeeze them together, and you're targeting this inner muscle group here along the thigh. which isn't targeted by any of the other leg exercises we've spoken about so far. So this muscle group in between your thigh here is very important, again, for leg stabilization, for lower body strength, for hip stability. You work these muscles out, they hurt like a motherfucker. When you tire out your inner thigh muscles like this, sucks real bad. Very important exercise to do there. And then finally, the final exercise we'll do for legs and lower back day is we're going to be doing squats. Squats with weights, right? Nice neutral spine. I think everybody knows what a squat is. Squat as low as you can, lift as heavy as you can. Nice, stable, slow technique. And then what we're going to do as well for the back is we're going to do lateral pull downs for the lats and the lower back. So if you don't know what the lateral pull down machine is, that's the machine where the bar is up in the air and it might be shaped kind of like a very wide kind of N, not quite an N shape, but like an kind of like a stretched out U, but flipped the other way. It's basically the back machine where you stand up, you lift it, and then you pull the machine down towards your chest, and then you go up as far as you can, and then you bring it back down to your chest, and you make sure that you're, again, when you're bringing it towards you, you're bringing it to about your chest level, and that you're feeling it in your back and lower back as well. So that's the lateral pull down machine. You are pulling down a weight towards you, towards your chest, and you are letting your back muscles do the majority of the work. But again, the thing about the lateral pull downs is that this is also a bicep engaging exercise as well. So you will be gauging your biceps as well as your back, your lower back, when you do this exercise. And then finally, for legs, hey, finally, run away from the Balrog Maulington. Finally, we're then going to do leg curls for your hamstrings. So this is what I confused myself with earlier. That's the machine where the weight is underneath your heels, and then you bring the weights, you curl the weights towards your ass, and then you give your hamstrings a good workout, and you blitz your hamstrings, and then you spend the next 3-4 days with extremely sore hamstrings that make it really difficult to get up the stairs and to walk normally, right? That's what you do. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention in this slide as well is that even though we're doing back day, on back day, I also like to do the low intensity, high volume bicep curls that I was talking about before. So one thing that I didn't mention on here that I also do is on this day, I will also lower my weights. I will lower my weights on the bicep curl by half, and I will do sets of 12 until failure of the lower weights to build up that muscle endurance, okay? So I want you guys to, if you can, if your biceps can handle it, if they're not too sore, do your low intensity, high volume sets on this day as well. And again, the benefits of doing this is that if you are, you need to, if you're doing hypertrophy, and we've done hypertrophy the day before, your bicep muscles do need rest. Don't push your biceps too far on this day. Otherwise, you'll be too weak to go back to hypertrophy the next day, right? That's the reason why we're reducing the weights by a lot. Is because we want to give the biceps time to rest so they're not too damaged and that they actually have time to grow and get healthy. Okay, so be careful. You're meant to lift only a small amount of weights on your bicep. This is meant to be a kind of recovery day, but it's also it is a day to build up that muscle endurance. And the best way of building up muscle endurance is to do high volume, low intensity. And then the way to build that hypertrophy, that functional strength quicker, smaller volume, higher weights. What's your fasting methodology? Well, if you watched last stream, you'd know what that is. But to answer your question, I do the 16-8 diet method, where I will be fasting 16 hours of the day and eating within an 8-hour window. So Thursday, we're back to front day. Like I mentioned, Tuesday's day. Tuesday, Thursday, do the same thing. Friday, do the same thing as Monday. Actually, this might be easier now that I've done the 3 major exercise groups of the week to just explain it like this. Okay, so guys, Monday, cardio day, stretching day, calisthenics day. Tuesday, front day, heavy duty frontal lifting. Wednesday, back day, heavy duty rear lifting. Thursday, front day again. Final day of the weightlifting for now. Day 5, same as Monday, we're back to cardio, calisthenics, stretching day on the Friday, okay? Saturday, we're back to back day. And because Saturday is obviously a weekend, you've got more time. I incorporate both, I do on Saturday and Sunday, I do both cardio and weightlifting day. Now, I would recommend, if you don't have the energy to do both, you don't have the time to do both, you don't want to do both, you're not that fussed about your fitness, then on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be using these as weightlifting days rather than cardio days. Again, I suppose it depends on what your fitness goals are and what you want to look like. If you want to look leaner, if you want to be leaner, then spend Saturday and Sunday doing cardio days instead of the weightlifting days. If you want to get bigger, if you want to be big, strong, burly man, you want to be built like a brick shit house, then focus more on the weightlifting side of things. And I guess one thing you can do as well is you might maybe do one day on the weekend of weightlifting and one day where you're doing cardio, and then that way you have a nice even 3-3 split in the week of front and back. So yeah, Saturday we're back to back day. The reason why we're back to back day is because at this point we've now done 2 cardio days, we've done 2 front days, right? And now we've only done 1 back day. So now this brings back day in line with the others. We've now done 2 back days at this point, at minimum. Again, if you've got the time, you've got the energy, you feel up to it, put in a cardio day on top of that, do some swimming as well. I like to go for a swim after I do my weightlifting on a Saturday. Yep, trying to swim when your arms and when your muscle groups are all killing you is really difficult, but swimming is far better than running or any other cardio exercise when it comes to building cardiovascular strength. So I would highly recommend that you do incorporate swimming. If you have to pick between running and swimming, I would always say pick swimming. But both is great because running, groundwork in the running, builds big, strong knee bones. Your knee bones are really good. So running does have its benefits as well over swimming. Nothing beats running groundwork for shin and knee bone strength. Oh no, Gandalf is dead, guys. I am the man of many voices. I've heard this, and I can do the song. Peter Jackson, get me a job on the Ost. Oh, I love this moment. It's so sad. Gimli, get them up. Oh, wait, what does he say? Boromir, get them up. Legolas, give them a moment, for pity's sake. By nightfall, this entire mountain will be crawling with orcs. Come on, Sam. On your feet, Sam. fucking good old Sean Bean. Give them a moment, for pity's sake. So I can't do a Yorkshire accent. I sound like I'm from fucking Uganda or something. Sam, why are you gay? Fucking knew you'd get distracted. But I'm getting distracted as I'm getting distracted by Pascal Saucer, getting distracted at me getting distracted. But Pascal Saucer, this is the moment where they go through the woods of Lorien. Well, this is one dwarf she won't ensnare so easily. I have the eyes of a hawk and the ears of a fox. Ooh! The dwarf breathed so loud we could have shot him in the dark. And this is the moment where the elves all ambush them and point their arrows at the Fellowship as well. And you've got Legolas like trying to counter snipe them. You act like I don't know. Pascal Saucer's just as bad as me. Yeah. Oh, my voice is absolutely fucked now from all the speaking, so I can't really do Gimli or Haldir anymore now, sadly. Welcome to Lorien, Frodo, Ringbearer. My God. Fucking, oh, they did Haldir dirty in the movie. Long time ago, men and elves once fought in an alliance against evil. We come here to honor that allegiance. Michael Van in Melanin, you are most welcome. Open the gates. Sorry. I'm going crazy with my sugar, my sleep deprivation. It's late at night. Maulington, what do you see? What? Maulington, what do you see of your fanboy furry eyes? Chats. Capitalists. I've stepped away, your mind is bowing down. I think so. The Lord of the Rings music has given me violent Vietnam flashbacks of fucking Lord of the Rings. My fucking autistic memory ass of the entire Lord of the Rings scream. I am the servant of the secret fire, wielder of the flame of Arnor. Darkness shall not avail you, flame of Odin! Go back to the shadows. You shall not pass! Gandalf! No! No! Fly, fools! No! Aragorn! 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 I've literally memorized Lord of the Rings to the point I even remember where the Ost kicks in and the fucking noises of the goblin arrows. It like missing and deflecting off the stone around Aragorn. Yeah, I'm very sleepy. I'm getting tired. Yeah, we lost him. We lost him. Let's abandon this stream. Let's talk about Lord of the Rings, boys. Oh, you know what? We've already breached copyright now, so you know what? Let's fucking hang on a minute. Oh my god! Now, the guys, Nova Crusader's got me distracted on Gundam Wing now. But hang on, right? Hang on a minute, guys. Who remembers this shit? I know a lot of you are old fags like I am as well, so you'll remember this. All right, who fucking remembers this sick shit? All right, hang on. All right, Lord of the Rings soundtrack. Shut up for a minute. Okay, hang on. Oh. Bring you over here. Come on, YouTube, please load. I might get this might temporarily take the stream down. Okay, this might temporarily take the stream down because I'm going to be showing an anime on fucking stream. Here we go. Here comes the best bit. So fucking good, dudes. The Japanese version is very good as well, but I don't think anything beats the Toonami version, honestly. The beeping is very important though for the Japanese version of Just Communication. Beep, 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 beep. I just believed in your communication. I am a dreamer. Dun, 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 dun. Again, the moment in the Toonami version where you see Zex come in. And then he hits the afterburner on his mech. He's like so fucking hype when you've got like the guitar riff coming in as well, like maximum Zex aura in that ending. Gundam Wing did deserve the world. You're absolutely right. Poor Gundam Wing. Hang on, is the music still going? Yeah, it's just very quiet. It's just building up to something. Lots of building up to things in fucking Lord of the Rings. Yeah. You should play that dubbing game. I should play that. I actually did think about playing that dubbing game, Mr. Snowman. I think I'd be very good at it. A fucking Mr. Man of Many Voices voice actor here. Yeah, I put some fucking effort into it as well. There's one man Lord of the Rings, yeah, over here. I gave you the chance to join me willingly, but I see you have elected the way of pain. Yeah, the second. There's so many good Gundam. I think Gundam went to absolute shit after Iron-Blooded Orphans. There hasn't been a good Gundam, in my opinion, like good original Gundam since Iron-Blooded Orphans. And even then, I didn't think Iron-Blooded Orphans was that good. And I thought 00 was pretty mediocre as well. But yeah, nothing beats the 90s era Gundams, in my opinion. The 90s era Gundams were the best. I mean, the modern Gundam is so bad, I prefer Seed like a million times better than modern Gundam. So yeah, Saturday boys, we're back-to-back day. So we've done 2 cardio days, 2 front days, 2 back days. You know what? We can actually end the stream pretty soon. I don't think there's any point to starting part 3. We're going to do a fucking part 3 of this stream. You know what? I'll see how I feel Monday. I'll see if we are actually looped back around to doing this on Monday. I was thinking about spending Monday to try and finish off the Dizzy documentary, or at least make some progress on it. I'll see how I feel on Monday. I'll let you know if I'm going to finish part 3 then, or if I'm going to do some work on a Dizzy docu. I'll let you know then. So we're approaching the end of the stream now. Yep, so we've covered everything. So yeah, Saturday, the other back day, maybe a cardio day if you've got the energy. And then finally, Sunday. So Sunday, it's up to you. We've got a nice even distribution. There's this pizza channel I watch, and they, for some reason, they say like distribution instead of saying shun. They just do the sh. They just end it sh. Get some nice distribution on the piece. Bunch of Italian quotation mark guys who do a pizza thing. So yeah, on the Sunday, we got a nice distribution of 222. So on the 7th day, either spend that day entirely doing nothing, get some rest, a complete rest day, or if you're not going to do a complete rest day, I always treat Sunday as a third front day. So in total, my weekly schedule is 3 front days, 2 back days, technically 4 cardio days, but 2 dedicated cardio days is my weekly routine. That's how, and that is the key, that is how I'm able to burn weight so rapidly. Is it's not just about the diet, but it's also about the fact that I'm doing 4 days of intense cardio and 5 days of pretty intense lifting on top of that. Although if you take a look at the exercises, the front day is far more strength intensive and calorie burning than back day. Back day is actually quite a light exercise day, if we're being honest. That makes sense because front day is so heavy. Back day is like a not so heavy day. But yeah, we're back to front day here. Or you can just take the day off to completely rest it all and just take it easy. Spend some time to yourself, do other shit. You treat it as just a cardio day. But remember, as always, drink plenty, get lots of sleep, eat a nice healthy diet, follow Maulington's diet. Again, Sunday might be your cheat day. If you are spending Sunday as a cheat day, you might not feel like going to the gym after eating 4,000 calories worth of pizza and fucking brownies. But if you are, but you should try to. You should try to, because if you've ingested all those calories, then you're going to have a fucking great lift, quite frankly. It's going to help you lift a lot of heavy weight really easily. But yeah, that's where we're at. So, just to go over that one more time, since we went on the long-ass schizophrenic fucking... Oh no, I'm going to do it. It's coming. I can feel it coming, guys. The involuntary autism of the Lord of the Rings. Elendil! Run, Frodo. I would have followed you to the very fast of Mordor. Run. Go. Run. Mr. Frodo. Elendil! Legolas, duel ready! I know that's at Helm's Deep, but Legolas, duel ready! I'm on 17! Ah! I'll have no pointy ear outscoring me! I've heard enough. Shoot him. Stick an arrow in his gob. No. Saruman, he was in the council of the enemy. Saruman, tell us what you know and you may be spared. So it is information that you've come for. Very well, I shall tell you where you meet your doom. Grima, you were not always once you once were. You were once a man of Rohan. Grima, come down. Please. Free? Be free of him. Free? He shall never be free. No. Get back, cur. Lord of the Rings is so fucking quotable, dude. Tree? I am no tree. I'm no tree. I am an ant. Tree bear is what they call me. Don't talk to it, Mary. Don't. Look, Mary, the tree's talking. A tree herder, shepherd of the forest. Don't talk to it, Mary. Don't encourage it. We're not orcs. We're hobbits, halflings. Hobbits sounds mischievous. Orcs like orcs is biting and mashing and noising. These trees were my friends. I knew them since nut and acorn. Saruman, a wizard should know better. We go to war. Ah, fuck, what does he say? We may be marching to our doom, the last march of the Ents. I would like to inform you, to someone who hasn't watched Lord of the Rings, you sound like a crackhead in solitary confinement. I am a crackhead in solitary confinement, pretty much though. Anyway, still on Lord of the Rings. We're on the second movie now. Yeah, we're on the fellowship. We're on the Two Towers at this point. Don't chat. Stop fucking encouraging me to quote Lord of the Rings scenes. Now that I say that, I'm not thinking, what else can I do that's funny?
We could let her do it. Yes, she could do it, precious. And when...
Oh shit, what does he say?
And then we take it, precious. Ah! Yes! Hurry, hobbits! This way! Follow me. And then we take the precious.
Oh, this is the scene. This is the scene where fucking Frodo tries to go off on the boat without Sam, and then Sam gets all gay and he's like, Mr. Frodo, you're not going without me, you're not. No, Sam, no, stop. Sam, you can't swim. Oh, Sam. Gandalf made me make a promise, Mr. Frodo. Don't you leave it, don't you... Oh, fuck, what the fuck did he say? Don't you leave him behind, Samwise Gamgee. You to keep an eye on him, Samwise Gamgee. I mean to, Mr. Frodo. I mean to. Oh, I would like to have seen the Shire one last time, Mr. Frodo. If I was gonna get married, it would have been her. It would have been her, Mr. Frodo. Oh, Sam, it would have been her. It would have been her, Mr. Frodo. It would have been her. But then in the end, it was her in the end. And then Samwise the Chad had like 20 fucking children with Rosie, the Chad wife. They were too good at that. Thank you. My master Sauron the Great bids thee welcome. And what is this? A ranger? It takes more than a broken sword to... What the fuck did he say? To make a king. Yeah! Okay, that concludes negotiations. I don't believe it. My master Sauron the Great bids thee welcome. I fucking love the mouth of Sauron. He suffered, Gandalf. He suffered greatly. You gotta listen to a wizard, of course. Sam did have the best ending, to be fair, he did. Oh, my dear boy, Frodo. If possible, I would like to see my old ring one last time. I'm sorry, Uncle. It seems I've lost it. Ah, pity. I would like to have seen it one last time. Whatever voices are there. Whatever Lord of the Rings moments are there to quote. Who goes there? Oh, I meant no offence, young master. It's my job to make sure that to question strange folk at night. Who are you? Shia Baggins. There's no Baggins around here. You're up in Hobbiton. That way. What's this? A ranger caught off his guard. I was there, Gandalf. I was there 10,000 years ago. I can't even attempt to do Hugo Weaving. That man has such a rich baritone voice I don't know how to imitate. I was there, Gandalf. I was there 10,000 years ago, when the strength of men failed. Well, whatever it is, you've officially been labelled a disturber of the peace. Oh, really? Mr. Anderson, welcome back. We missed you. It ends tonight. Mr. Anderson, surprised to see me? No. Then you're aware of it. Aware of what? Our connection. Don't you get I've fucking memorized Lord of the Rings as well. Don't you can fucking get me started on Lord of the Rings. We'll be here all night doing the Matrix quotes next. He's beginning to believe. Adaptation, improvisation. But your weakness is not your technique. Morpheus is fighting Neo. Just breathe, Neo. Just breathe. Actually, you know what? This is a perfect time to end it because this is the ending credits for Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring now. I love the Matrix as well. Me. You. Yes, me. Me. Me too. Handleless. You're handleless. You know your predecessors had much more respect. Okay, you have some skill. Kill him. And the Matrix is like fighting the vampire people in slow motion. Oh, it's fantastic. God damn it, woman! You will be the. God damn it, woman! You fucking hell! I can't even do French. God damn it, woman! You will be the end. You will be the. God damn it, woman! You will be the end of me. Mark my word, boys, and mark my word, boy, and mark them well. I have survived your predecessors, and I will survive you. Not much. I don't think there's very much. There isn't that much quotable about the Matrix, really, is there? Let's see. Whatever quotable moments are there from the Matrix. Oh yeah, Agent Smith's quote about why he wants to get out of the Matrix and how he hates it there. Again, that rant of his is like literally me in the UK. I can't stand it any longer. Not the smell, not the noise, not the pointless, whatever the fuck he says. I have to get free, and you have the key, my key. Once Zion is destroyed, there is no more purpose here. Do you understand? I need to get out of here. Whatever the fuck he says, right? He's like, it's the smell. It's like, it's the smell. It's like, yeah, real Smith. I need to get out of England as well. I need to get out of this godforsaken country. It's the fucking smell. It's everything about it. When you're ready. Oh yeah, what are you saying? That I can dodge bullets? No, Neo. I'm saying that when you're ready, you won't have to. Okay, operator. What do you need? Guns. Lots of guns. Agent Smith is Andrew Tate, yeah. Alright, boys. I think that's enough for one stream. I can't fucking believe that this... Is this the longest stream of this series that we've done? I can't believe there's going to be a fucking part 3 of this stream. We've tangented so much. Don't fucking get me started on my hyperfixation movies. Like fucking Pirates of the Caribbean, Lord of the Rings, The Matrix. This is what happens, alright? This is what happens. Welcome aboard the Maulington Tangent, Mr. Chat. You're in what? Oh, wait, no, that's fucking completely the wrong quote. Just welcome aboard the Maulington Tangent Chat. But yes, guys, thank you very much for watching today's stream. I will let you know if we're going to continue this on Monday or we're going to leave it until next Friday, maybe instead, whenever we're good to go. And on part 3, oh yeah, let me show you a sneak peek of what part 3 is going to be. So part 3, we're going to be doing the men's mental health part, the actual men's mental health part. We're going to be talking about philosophy, introspection. So we're going to be talking about we're going to be talking about self-actualization, optimism, and examining life, your place. So again, just to quickly blitz through this stream so we know what the stuff we'll be talking about. Again, Abraham Maslow, 1943, what a man can be, what he must be. I'll elaborate on that. Again, the climbing from the bottom up. So we got physiology, safety, belonging, esteem, self-actualization, what this means, how we get here. We're going to be talking about Aristotle, Stoics, existentialism, meaning is made, the dichotomy of control, and the eudaimonia. So flourishing comes from practicing virtue. You become brave by doing brave things, not by feeling brave. Again, we'll go over that. Spend energy only on what's yours, your judgment, your effort, your response. Release the rest, okay, etc, etc, etc. Optimism is a skill, not a mood. What a good day looks like. Again, dangers of toxic positivity, all or nothing, waiting for motivation, comparison. Make sure that you compare yourself to who you were last month, who you were yesterday, not against others, because it's completely unrelated to you and what you've achieved. You must compare yourself against yourself. Why it's worth your effort, the philosophy, the research behind this mentality, why it's good for you. And one thing I want to stress as well, we'll be stressing in the next stream, is the fact that you do not need a better life to begin. You need a better next hour. As long as you are alive, as long as you can move, as long as you have agency, as long as you can do something, all right, it's never too late for you to stop being a fat little gay retard or whatever your issue with yourself is, and taking that step to becoming an exceptional individual that you are capable of becoming and that you deserve to be. So we'll be going all over all this stuff as well, right? How many hours per stream are we guessing next week, gentlemen? I would plan for part 4, given this. I would plan for part 4. I love philosophy stuff, but more like what being is and what the world is. Stoicism is good, but I'm also interested in the history of it. I'm more of a formist philosophy. Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued with all that stuff as well, if I'm being honest. Stoicism is my favorite, and again, it's like it's a lot of philosophical concepts I kind of understood and internalized before I even really understood it as philosophy and read it as the classics. But Stoicism is something that's always been my major go-to, something that's always resonated with me. Stoicism and optimism. I used to be the opposite. I used to be a pessimist and a realist, but now I've become a stoic and an optimist. And I would encourage other people to be an optimist, not a pessimist. But yeah. But guys, before we tangent and start spending years doing Lord of the Rings again, doing Lord of the Rings quotes, we'll end it there. My voice is fucked. I'm tired. I need to go out for my run still. So yeah, I will see you in the next stream. Thank you for the membies. Thank you for the donations. I set those targets for the stream as a shit post, obviously. The target goal says get money for Trump gold card, become American. A shit post, again, don't actually feel obliged to actually send me anything. I'm just memeing. So thank you very much. And I will see you either in the next stream or with a completed video, whichever comes first. Love you guys. Bye bye.